Hello, everyone, and welcome to our first Werewolf the Apocalypse Chronicle of Bane and Blood. This is our fifth and final prologue, Strange and Terrible Events. So let's meet our strange and terrible werewolves, starting with Avery.
Hello, everyone. It's so great to see you again. It's me, Avery, at Averydaboi on all the social media platforms. I'm a community ambassador over on the Rolling Nomads, and you can catch me in a bunch of other stuff like Berlin Bloodlines, where I play Unsorgenhediger Wait, and you can catch me as a storyteller on Transylvania Beckons. I won't mess my monologue up this time. All 10 episodes on the Rolling Nomads YouTube channel. You should totally check it out. It's worth your time. Thank you for being here.
Thank you. Az?
Hello, I'm Az, or as I was on the social medias, because I think I'm funny. And today I will be playing Timber, Shakes the Trees, friend of Crow, and Classified for now. You can catch me as Adelaide Nagaraja, everyone's favorite messed up cousin on Berlin Bloodlines. And I'm so excited because we're coming to a close.
Of the prologue, yeah. And,
No, for Berlin Bloodlines.
Oh, yes, we are.
Yeah,
Yes, we are.
So you should catch up on that and check it out.
And I hate to be the person to remind everyone of this, but you're everyone's messed up cousin, Luna.
Hi! I'm Luna, or Druid by Night. You can find me at Druid by Night on all the social medias, including Twitch. You could also find me as Imogen Lamia, the best cult leader ever on Berlin Bloodlines. And today I will be playing Lorelei, the Black Fury. I said it right this time.
Theurge. Well, almost a Black Fury. Rachel?
Getting there.
Hello, everybody. I am the Azure Butterfly, or Azure for short, or simply Rachel. I am the creative director, there we go, on the Rolling Nomads. I'm Maria Russolini in Berlin Bloodlines. I stream at theazurebutterfly.ttv. Again, I'm back at that. That's me. I'm playing Hana Ackerman. That's all I'll say.
And last but not least, Ramos.
Hello, everyone. I am Gilbert Ramos, found ever at Ramos the Nomad. I am the media director for Rolling Nomads, and I do a lot of stuff on the Rolling Nomads. Most recently, I have been blessed to be a part of Huddy's game for Berlin Bloodlines, where I played Dr. Tullio Giovanni. And today, I will be playing Elias Richter, I blanked at the end. I'm so sorry. The Ghost Council Rune.
Very good. There we go. Everybody remember your tribe and your auspices, because you're going to be saying it a lot. I'm Huddy. I am the storyteller for this game. And again, I'm going to reiterate, I think I said this already in another prologue, but if it's not obvious, everyone who's in Berlin Bloodlines is in Of Bane and Blood, and these stories are adjacent. They will play into each other and into the upcoming second season of Berlin Bloodlines, but you'll have to watch and see how. As always, this is a Werewolf the Apocalypse 5th edition actual play. We've gone over our safety and consent, but please check in with yourselves, as your well-being is important to all of us who are playing. All the content warnings for the game will be in the description below. So if you are ready, lass uns anfangen. Let us begin. And let's return, this time, to Berlin. The year is 2022. It has been 1 year since the pack found the Theurge, Lorelei, 7 years since they found the Ragabash Timber, 8 years since Elias joined the Sept, and 9 years since the fall of the Grunewald Cairn. We open our scene tonight with you, Hana. It is morning time to head off to your Realschule, or high school. You don't really want to get out of bed, and if you didn't have to pee, you might stay in for a few more minutes. After all, you haven't been sleeping very well. You keep dreaming about rats. Hundreds, thousands of rats skittering across your dreams every night for the past couple of weeks. But you get up, you dress, you fight over the bathroom with some of the flatmates you share the space with in the Jugendheim, or the youth home that you live at. For all intents and purposes, Hana, you're an orphan. Long ago abandoned by your parents, who for all you know are dead or rotting in some foreign prison for smuggling illegal substances. You've lived at this Jugendheim for several years now. You get dressed and ready, skip breakfast, and head down to the bakery nearby run by Julian. He smiles and gives you your usual a choco croissant or a chocolate croissant and a Red Bull, and you head out into the streets of Berlin in the district of Kreuzberg. You should go to school. You need to go to school. You're failing almost everything, and you've blown what chances you've had to remain in school. You're older than all your peers, and you haven't taken the steps to secure your future with an Ausbildung or an apprenticeship or aspirations to higher education. And on top of all of that, disappointing Schwester Sonia, or Sister Sonia, the manager of the youth home, is not really something that you want to do. You do kind of like her. So you go to school. First class of the day is Chemie, or chemistry. And by the time of your third class, Sport, or gym class, as Americans would call it, your resolve is fading. It's then that you notice two of your friends, who also live at the Jugendheim with you, Jonas and Annette, motioning to you, calling your name. Hana! Hana, come here! Hana, come here.
She's probably wearing her headphones then, but she sees that and she's just like, what? What's up?
And Annette sort of elbows Jonas in the chest, and she says, oh, give me mal mein Vape, Alter. And you see that Jonas is smoking a vape, because Germans say vape, not vape. And he blows out a ton of smoke, and she takes it from him and hands it to you. Here.
Yeah, she'll take it.
So what do you
What's
say?
in it?
Probably like iced raspberry or something. I have no idea. I don't vape. So some fruity flavor for the kids. I don't know. So Annette says to you, we want to go play hooky. We want to go down in Kreuzberg. We want to see that new occult shop. You want to come?
Oh God, she's being pulled in two directions here. Doesn't want to disappoint the sister, but damn, does that sound much better than them being here right now?
Yeah, the next class is religion.
Well, yeah, let's go. I don't think I want to be here for that. So let's. Hana,
Required by all German students, because you are required to register your faith here in Germany, and whatever your faith is, you have to take a religion class for.
It's both terrifying and
you would be registered as a Catholic since you live at the Catholic Jugendheim.
Don't like that. Yeah, Hana did not like that.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, we're getting the hell out of here.
Yep. So Annette loops around your arm, and Jonas takes the vape back from you. Almost said vape again. Vape back from you, takes it, and you guys sneak out the back of they don't have gymnasiums in German schools here. Usually they just have places for you to run around outside, or usually soccer fields, as it's the biggest sport here in Europe. And you slip past. There's no one really watching you. They expect you to stay in school because the consequences of not staying in school is a little bit different than it is in other places. You don't have an education, you're really going to have a difficult time getting a job that is on paper. So you sneak off and head down the street to Kreuzberg. Annette is talking to you, and Jonas is talking to you, and you're all pretty good friends. You've lived at the Jugendheim together for a long time, same age. And eventually you come across Esoteric, which is the occult shop that they want to go to. And Jonas grabs onto you and he says, come on, probably some good things to steal in here.
I think that's a good idea. Like,
what are you talking about, Hana? We steal things all the time, you two.
I mean, new shop, we don't know.
I'm pretty sure everything that you're wearing, including your headphones, is stolen.
You're not wrong. She's kind of just tugging at her shirt a little bit. But it's like, we don't know this new place yet. We haven't even scoped any of it yet.
What does that matter? It's stuff, and we can take it. Look, besides, do you even know the band on your t-shirt? You just took it because you thought it looked cool, or because it was easy to take.
Yeah, I mean, it is what it is. You're right. Let's go.
So the two of them head into Esoteric, and behind the counter, a little bell goes off, and it's about 1 p.m. And the woman behind the counter is a woman with icy blonde hair, and she's wearing a harness and pretty Berliner style clothing. And she doesn't say anything to you, which is not uncommon here in Germany. You walk into a shop, you're not going to get greeted. You're not going to get smiled at. You need something, they'll help you maybe, or they'll just watch, see if you're trying to steal something. But she's chewing gum and she's flipping through her phone, flipping up on her phone.
She's just kind of gonna start looking around, see what this shop is about, because I have no idea what the shop has at all.
It's what you would imagine from a cult shop. There's lots of items, little crystal balls, and lots of books, incense, imagery, idolatry, I guess you'd call it, of different representations of gods and goddesses, things of that nature.
Yeah. Hana's just kind of like, almost absent-mindedly, kind of just going around, letting her fingers glide across book bindings, some of the crystals that are on display over there, just kind of getting a feel of the place, and also just seeing how closely she's being watched. At all. If
you make me
anything
do you have your sheet out? You can make me a wits and awareness roll. No rage dice.
No rage dice. Yeah. What's my wits? 3, and what's my awareness? 3. Oh, perfect. That's 6 whole dice.
Perfect for someone who's pretty adept at stealing.
Yeah. I'm gonna send a picture because I don't remember.
You can't get any bad rolls here. So you're looking for just claws. You're looking for claws or claws and stars or claws and dots, whatever. Claws and dots.
1, 2, 3, 3 claws.
3 claws. So 3 successes.
Okay.
Perfect. You can see that the person behind the counter is absolutely watching you. She seems to be pretty adept at pretending like being oblivious, but she's absolutely watching you. And then that's when you notice that she's changed hands and is now just scrolling her phone with one hand, and in the other hand she has a switchblade that she keeps flicking off, open and closed, open and closed.
God. That's a little threatening. What of my friends do right now that I can see?
They are actively attempting to steal something.
All right, I'm gonna go up to the woman at the counter, and she's gonna. Hana's just gonna be like, I'm looking for some crystals, but I'm new to this. I don't really know a lot of the meanings. I was wondering if you could help me out over there.
You are, for all intents and purposes, a regular mortal.
Jesus Christ. Catherine, please.
You don't know her name. I am going to make her make this a roll, though.
She is nameless NPC shopkeeper number 4.
She's gonna, that's correct. She's going to look at you and she's going to say, "Tell me the truth." You feel compelled to do so.
Oh, fuck.
Because
so
fools get powers.
So I gotta tell her exactly why we're here.
Mm-hmm.
We're here to see what we can take. I mean.
As soon as you say that, she takes the switchblade knife and puts her phone down, takes your other hand, puts it down on the counter where there's sort of like a velvet overlay here, and then jams the knife down, not through your hand, but misses. Gets right, or purposefully, right between your 2 fingers. I think you should get the fuck out of my shop now.
Jonas, I think we should go. Yeah, this is a bad idea. And I'm gonna try to move.
Mm-hmm.
Can I move?
Yeah, she didn't get you, so you can just move your hand away from the knife.
Yeah, I'm gonna try, not realizing what they might have pocketed already.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just going to try to grab them, and we're gonna try to get out of the door.
Go for it. Annette runs out yelling and laughing. Jonas follows her and says something to her that would get you a Beleidigungsstrafen here in Germany. Calls her eine Fotze. And as you exit out with them, just as you get to the door, that switchblade knife goes right into, looks like there's a little dartboard here, and it looks like Katrin or whatever her name is, spends time throwing the knife into that when she's bored. And just as you're leaving, it whizzes right past you and lands right there.
This is why we scout! I don't know what the fuck that was, but...
Oh, come down, Hana. Here, take another hit off my wave.
Alright. Is this the good stuff?
Obviously, I stole it.
Basically asking if it's a weed vape, which exists.
Sure, why not?
Hell yeah. We're taking a hit.
Mm-hmm. And as you take a hit, Jonas points out a car parked not too far from Esoteric. Jonas points out that an old BMW or BMW parked here from the 80s is parked down here. It's in pristine condition, looks really, really nice, and has an intact hood ornament. And he says, Hana, go pull it out. We'll put it around and put on a necklace for you.
Gonna do a quick scan around the area because I gotta make sure nobody's.
The only person you see is
a
a homeless person or an unhoused person.
Cool. Any cameras? Any CCTV?
No.
Good to know. Yeah, we're stealing the fuck out of that thing then.
Mm-hmm. Pretty easily, but I'm gonna make you make me a Dex and Larceny roll.
Okay. I actually did put things in Larceny this time. I remember. 4 successes on a crit.
Perfect. You pop it off pretty easily. And as you do so, the homeless person or unhoused person behind you is seated on a blanket. They have a cup out. And you just hear her say, "Those are pretty rare. Now, they don't make some like that anymore."
Yeah, it's very pretty.
When she looks at you, or when you look at her rather, you see that she has one eye that's all milky white, like from cataracts. She has silver hair that's quite long, thick, and curly. And she's covered in quite a few layers. It's about November, so it's pretty cold. And from what exposed skin you can see, she has some scabs and some markings from just living out in the elements. And she says, "I won't tell anybody though."
Thank you. Do I have any pocket change on me?
In fact, you do. So because you live in the Jugendheim, every child in Germany, whether your parents are movie stars or your parents are extremely poor, every child in Germany gets a stipend from the government called Kindergeld, child money, up until the age of 23 if you remain in school. And that you get a portion of that from living at the Jugendheim. Normally your parents would get it. But yes, you have your stipend that you get every month.
I'm gonna give this person 50.
You're gonna give her $50.
Yeah. They need it more than me right now.
She takes it and she sees that it's extremely generous, and she says, wait, and she sort of looks through her coat for something, and she pulls something out and hands it to you. And it is a little pin. It's a falcon.
Thank you. That's so kind. I love this. And she's gonna immediately pin it to her shirt.
Mm-hmm. All right. So as you are doing this, you notice that Jonas and Annette have been, let's call it, apprehended. They are being talked to by a police officer that you know quite well, Officer Berger. He has caught you on truancy charges many times over these years, and he has seen that Jonas and Annette are not in school, and so even though he doesn't know that they've stolen anything, he's asked them to turn their pockets out, and he knows it's time that he has to take them in. So many strikes, and you need to go in. And they attempt to not make eyes at you, Jonas and Annette, but they're not quite as adept at stealth as you are. And Officer Berger sees you and he says, "Hana, come here."
Oh god, fight or flight's kicking in. Do I know if I'm in the same situation where I'm gonna have to be taken in?
It's gonna take you back to the Jugendheim.
Yeah, I'm gonna walk over. Fuck it. We're not running.
All right. Officer Berger sort of tells you to stand next to Jonas and Annette, and he says, I'm I'm sorry, Kinder. There's nothing I can do about this. I gotta send you to Schwester Sonja. You should just stay in school. You're too old to still be doing this. You should be in your Ausbildung. You should be heading to the Technisch College. I mean, doing anything. You could be cleaning the bathrooms at the Galleria. Make money that way. I mean, come on. You're smart kids.
I don't see the point. I don't see the point in any of this.
Oh, tell it to Sister...
Why do we gotta fucking continue this fucking wheel?
Tell it to Sister Sonja. I have other things I gotta do. Come on, get in the car. Hop.
You know me. You know I'm good on my word when I say what I say. Wait. Let us go just this once and we'll go back. I promise.
Get in the car, Hana. Because the next time that I arrest you, if it is gonna go the way I think it's gonna go, I'm gonna have to take you down to the Gefängnis, to the jail.
I'm gonna look to her friends and just...
All three of you pile into the back of the Polizei car.
Yep.
And head off back to your Jugendheim. We move our scene over to Elias, Heart Eater, Clickta. Elias, you've spent this last year working begrudgingly or otherwise with Crack Teeth, the Sept's glasswalker, in dismantling every trace of Green Earth solutions in Potsdam. Crack Teeth via hacking and let's call it tech piracy. And you and Cascada sometimes and your pack with boots on the ground. You have, within a few weeks, all trace of Green Earth solutions seems to have evaporated as far as Crack Teeth can tell and as far as you can tell. It is only the name of the company that has still not been quote unquote released from trademark. Some unknown blank LLC has purchased it but done nothing with it. So now days have been spent patrolling the wider Potsdam area of any sign of Wyrm activity, as well as spending time alone with Cascada. And this is one of those times. Curled in your arms inside her cabin, she sighs contentedly against you. And she says, it's funny to think that there was a time when you weren't here like this, in my bed, in my arms, in my heart.
I try not to remember those times.
You know, when you first arrived at the Sept with sweets, the first time I saw you, this is all that I wanted. My sister, Mary, used to say it was a smell, a scent thing with Garu. I knew I could love you violently if I let myself.
I encourage it. Let's see how violent you can get.
But that's just the thing, Elias. Unicorn teaches us kindness and gentleness and selflessness. My rite of passage was a simple question from Unicorn. Can I teach you the ways of being human without destroying your hope? So I was always ashamed to take, to want, to get attached. Instead, I gave, and I gave, and I gave. But you've made me realize, Elias, selflessness is not a virtue. I don't know what it is, but I can't call it a virtue.
Unicorn, I won't pretend to understand. Even though I don't fully understand how kind you can be. I don't understand how you can be so patient with everyone in this place, myself included. I don't...
Unicorn is rare. Her gift, her favor even more so. But it's not difficult to be kind to you, Elias.
My rite of passage was very different. I was encouraged to take part of Horned Serpent's quest or mission or whatever you want to call it, and is to take things, all the hidden things of this world we are to find together and to seize it for ourselves.
Did it ever, or have you ever thought that perhaps the patron that you reached out to or the one that chose you was a mistake? She whispers it as if she might offend Unicorn or her horned spirit in her bedroom.
I have openly questioned. I think it's only to his delight. I think the questioning of information comes with taking it, to examine it, to understand if the secret is truly a secret, what's real, what's not. Have you?
I have to admit, I haven't. Since my rite of passage, I haven't examined anything too deeply in terms of Unicorn. To be honest, I sought Unicorn out because of my sister. Was a child of Gaia herself. And it's very difficult now that she's dead. All I want to do is tell her how much it hurts that she's gone, but I can't. And there's no healing from Unicorn for that.
Did she return to the Umbra?
I have asked Tiara with help in... I've asked Tiara with figuring that out for me. I've entreated Unicorn, who remains silent on the subject. I don't know. She died at Grunewald.
I see. I can seek out myself. I don't know how successful I'd be. I can't promise anything, but if you want final words with her, if you want something from her, I can see if I can try to facilitate that, or at least find a way.
And Cascada smiles and sort of nuzzles closer to you. Isn't it much nicer when you don't think that my kindness has some ulterior motive?
Took years for me to accept it. I wonder how much of that is Horned Serpent and how much of that is my own lack of trust. But yes, it's much nicer.
Well, I suppose you'll have a lot of time to figure it out, won't you, Heart Eater?
Sweet's actually explained. It's sweeter than the name would imply. A secret, soft name.
I'm in agreement. But as sweet as it is... And then she sort of looks up at you. I name you Wormfoe, Heart Eater. The Sept doesn't have one, and we need one.
Are you sure?
I've never been sure of... Well, almost never been sure of anything more.
There are some that would claim I would never be fit for a position of power.
I welcome them to challenge me over it. But, as Sept leader, I think I need to test the stamina of the Wormfoe before I declare it publicly.
I await your challenge.
And she sort of pulls you on top of her. Spend more time with you before you go off to do Wormfoe duties. But while that's going on, Lorelei, hello. It's been a year since your first change. You've been living with Lilette in Berlin during this time. She trained you in the ways of the Litany, the Code of Garu Custom, of the Triad, the name by which Garu know the cosmological cycle of the world, and the many enemies of the werewolves. She imparted on you Gorgon's glory as you fought worm spirits that fester in the financial and political districts of Berlin. On the weekends when Lilette had custody of her daughter Renata, she would take you to the Sept here in Potsdam, where the leader, Cascada Bloodmoon, had a cabin erected for you, and the master of the rite, Tiara Runs Without a Pack, instructed you on the ways of spirits, rites, and the Umbra. Now you stand here with Lilette and Tiara right in front of the gnarled tree at the center of the Sept. You can feel the power that exists just beyond the gauntlet emanating from it. Tiara nods at you and begins performing the rite of shadow passage. And Lilette turns to you and sort of grips your shoulders with one hand and your chin with the other. And she says, I've never stepped into the gauntlet here. I don't know what you're going to see when you cross it, but I do have some advice. Seek out Gorgon, follow her instructions, and remember, more than anything, Gorgon wants to empower, inspire others to seek justice.
Okay. Power, inspire. That makes sense.
And I feel I should say this, just so that I don't have any other spirits pissed off at me. If Gorgon doesn't choose you, or if another spirit chooses you, it's okay.
Okay. That's good.
Tiara finishes her rite, and she sort of just motions for you to step across the gauntlet. No one is going with you.
Kind of do one last look, around and behind me.
Tiara sort of expects Lilette to go with her, and Lilette shakes her head. Tiara just shrugs.
Take a deep breath and step through.
Stepping through Lorelei, it's the feeling of like breathing out and breathing in. It's so easy, so peaceful here. The gauntlet must be extremely thin. What awaits you is an endless moon-drenched lake, the shining full face of Luna hanging low and large above it here in the Umbra. All across the water are floating statues. You first see the statue of a falcon, the patron spirit of the Silverfang tribe. Next, you see a depiction of Rat, the patron spirit of the Bone Gnawers tribe. But it's hard to see the other statues from the shore that you're standing on, and you must venture into the water to find Gorgon. Do you do this, or do you entreat one of these statues instead?
She will go to the edge of the water where it meets the shore.
Do you touch the water?
I do.
You can walk on it.
Nice. She looks down, lifts like one of her feet up, and then puts it back down and is like, okay, so this is one of these places, got it. And begins walking forward to find Gorgon.
Pass by several other statues, something depicting thunder, something depicting looks like a very angry looking snake, something that's just an arrow pointing upwards. Many statues here. But eventually you come across what looks like the figure of a feminine face with snakes for hair.
Her eyes would go wide, and she would suck in a quick breath and walk faster towards it.
Mm-hmm. So you approach it. What do you say to it? How does Lorelei entreat Gorgon?
She'll remember that Timber said to be very respectful. And she'll call on what she knows, which is her own practice, and she'll kneel down,
mm-hmm.
hands out, palms up, and call out to the Gorgon spirit, asking to entreat with her.
The response is pretty swift. Booming all around you, you hear a voice that says, "Name yourself, wolf with no tribe."
Lorelei.
As you say your name, something comes up from the water. It's you. You rise from the water, or some image of you, laying down on the ground in a fetal position. You aren't wearing any clothes. And what follows are several versions of your stepfather, They begin kicking you again and again and again, all of them, taking turns kicking you, kicking you, kicking you, kicking you. What do you do?
She would feel a stab of emotion and be kind of frozen in the flashbacks for a moment before shaking her head and going over to shield herself.
Mm-hmm. You shield yourself, so you take the blows yourself.
Yes.
So you start taking the blows yourself. It hurts, Lorelei. This is real pain that you're feeling. And they don't stop kicking you. The rite of passage does not seem to be over. The test doesn't seem to be over.
I think she'll start getting angry, thinking about all that she was put through, and seeing this, image being put through this image, and she'll make to stand and shove her father away.
Mm-hmm. Shove one of the versions away, and he does back up slightly. The other ones continue kicking, and they're not attempting to kick you. They're attempting to kick the Lorelei that rose from the water. Mm-hmm. And as you push him away, he doesn't really seem to care. He just goes back to kicking her. That is their target. The version of you down there is crying, whimpering, asking for help.
She'll start shoving, punching, attacking the images of her father. But as they keep coming back, she'll get angrier, and then something will dawn on her. And she'll look over to her fetal self and hold her hand out and say, "Can only help ourselves."
And you look to yourself, and she says, "What do I do?"
Fight.
Your fetal self stands up and begins fighting back, and you watch yourself turn into a massive Krynos werewolf before it all gets submerged again into the water. And what replaces it, approaching you, is a naked, wet woman on a Pegasus, a horse with wings, starts walking towards you. Her hair is so long, it touches the tip of the water. And she rides right up to you, to where the Pegasus is right against your face. She speaks to you, but her mouth doesn't move. You just hear her voice in your mind. And she says, "Do you swear to seek vengeance against those who abuse their power?"
Always. I swear.
"Do you swear to never let an injustice persist when you could prevent it?"
I will die before I let an injustice go unpunished.
The Pegasus rears up and lands down on you. You expect it to hurt, and you do fall back from the side of it. But Gorgon disappears. And you hear her voice again. "Walk with me always, Lorelei Savagewind, Black Fury Theurge."
She'd smile and say, "Always."
As you sit there on top of the water, as dry as you were when you crossed the gauntlet, the moon speaks to you as well. "Child of the crescent moon, swear you fealty to protect this sacred place and the Sept that guards it?"
Always. With my life.
"Go with Gaia." And you are ejected from the Umbra. Moving over to Sweets. You've performed your rite of kin-seeking for the first time in a year. It's successful. You see it leading you to the city of Berlin, which means 2 legs, unfortunately. You also know you need to wait for Lorelei to finish her rite of passage and for Timber to come back from work, which is becoming increasingly annoying. So you lay down, not just for the rest you've come to enjoy, but for the dreams Luna sends you. It's a late afternoon, and you dream of another night when you went to Berlin. It's the late 90s, and Maggie, who has already given you 5 children, is heavily pregnant with your 6th. Maggie has been talking nonstop about getting banana gelato from a shop in Berlin. And the cravings only seem to come at night. You've suggested she gets some when she's at the auction house during the day, but she says it doesn't smell good during the day. And you've attempted to get some and bring it back to her, but it's just too far, and it's just a sweet puddle by the time you bring it to her. So you've taken her into the city tonight. She's wearing jean overalls and comfortable shoes. She's clinging onto your arm as you walk these busy, loud, noisy, smelly streets. And she's leaning her head against you, and she slowly puts that hand on the arm that she's holding over her stomach. And she says, every time he hears your voice, he starts kicking. I think he's ready to meet you.
And you're sure that it's a he?
And she sort of like looks at herself, and she's like, I'm carrying so high. Just like with Marcus and Bertrand, it has to be a boy.
Still think it is Pup's choice.
Well, actually, I learned that biologically it's yours, but, you know, not on purpose.
Aya is still revealing many mysteries.
And she sort of points to an alleyway. She says, it's a shortcut through here. Should go through this way.
Arun and him kind of puffs a little bit, looking down this dark alley. I don't know, Mags. Look, this place isn't as dangerous as New York, but it's not safe either.
Are you saying you can't protect me, Crimson Howler?
Saying I would prefer this far along in the pregnancy if you didn't have to change.
I can't. Not this far. But don't you remember? Come on. We used to walk through alleys like this in Red Hook all the time.
Yeah.
And she sort of takes your hands and starts pulling you into the alley. And do you remember that one time?
In the alley behind Giordano's, yeah.
She pulls you into the alley and sort of presses herself up against the brick wall. And she says, you are so handsome back then.
I still got it, babe. I still got it.
And she says, and she sort of looks down at herself. Well, yes, obviously.
Hey, I mean, I say maybe 2 or 3 more and then we call it.
You know, I have to give birth to them all.
If I could do it for you, babe, I would. I really would.
And she sort of pulls you into her as she's leaning against the brick wall and pulls your head down to her neck. I love you, Crimson.
I will always love you.
And she starts kissing up your neck, and she's getting a little hot and heavy here. Just happy to be out with you, away from the children, away from the cairn. Just a momentary time for you to be together. And as you follow suit with her, you notice she suddenly gets stiff.
What's wrong?
And as you look up from her neck, you see that there's a graffiti behind her head. And it's swirling crimson.
If this were a mechanical moment, he would certainly take a point of rage.
Certainly. We don't have Crimson Howler sheet or this because this is in the past, but yes, certainly you would. What do you do when you see it?
I think it truly is hard for him to not immediately shift into his Glabro form.
You certainly could.
And he'll just walk over to it and just...
It's right against it. It's right next to Maggie's head.
Yeah, he'll just smash it with his fist.
You smash it with your fist. Instead, your fist goes right through it, and you take aggravated damage from it. And as soon as that happens, you know what it is. It's what we call a wormhole. But Maggie couldn't have seen it because she had her head against it. Or next to it. She was looking across the alley.
What did you see?
And you turn and looked to her direction. There's another one. All the graffiti in this alley is swirling.
We need to leave now. This is just like the place in the subway.
As you go to leave, one of the graffiti wormholes lets out some acid out right from the hole, splatters you across the face. You take Maggie's hand to try and get her out of the alley, and she stops you. The baby's coming.
Not fucking here.
Right fucking here. And she starts yelling, leaning over, and she leans down on a pile of trash in the alleyway. The wormholes are getting larger, louder, bigger. Another one sprays more acid across your face. Hits Maggie too. She takes some burns on her knee.
He will get as big as he can and just shield as much of her body as he can.
Well, you could go Krynos, but that could be dangerous.
Extremely. Yeah, we're gonna stick to Glabro and just make keep spreading our body out to cover as much of her as we can.
Mm-hmm. And as you're doing that, you hear a voice from the alley saying, "You should try hairspray and a lighter." And someone throws hairspray down at you from one of the fire escapes.
Point of rage.
You look up and you see a woman with blonde hair. It looks like a rat's nest on top of her head. And she's wearing some cut-off jeans and a shirt that's all dirty and ripped. And she says, "Fucking torch them, dude."
He'll just look down to Maggie for a second.
Maggie is, right now not in a good situation.
Fuck. And he'll just pick it up. He hates these fucking hands that they make the rattle noise and
Aerosol spray, yeah.
Yeah. But he will with a
You have a Zippo?
lighter. Always.
So you start torching these wormholes, and you see this woman, whoever she is, jump down from several feet up in the air, and she starts torching them as well. And as you have a little better view of her, you can see she's also in Glabro form.
He'll just job at hand.
Go through, and she doesn't stop to introduce herself. As soon as all the wormholes are gone, she sort of just shoves the aerosol hairspray into your arms, and she just says, "Get out of the way, there's a baby coming over there. Don't you hear it?"
Yeah, it's mine.
Congratulations. Move.
He'll get out of the way.
She gets down and she helps Maggie. Of course, some time passes, but eventually you hear the sound of a baby crying. And she holds the baby up and she says, "Mazel tov." It's a girl.
Called it.
You want to do the honors? And she holds up the umbilical cord.
He'll take lupus form and bite it off.
And Maggie, of course, is very grateful, also very tired. But she stands up and sort of wipes the slime off of her hands, and it's not very sanitary here, but that doesn't seem to bother her. She's in general dirty. And then she holds her hand out to you, even though you're in lupus form. Scheisse Leia. Oder Leah.
Leah.
Bonar.
Crimson Howler. Get of Fenris.
Not urban werewolves, are you?
No. Have Karen nearby.
No shit. In Berlin.
Close.
Oh, well.
Yes.
I guess I'll be tagging along. I gotta fucking see it.
Yes, you will. I owe you. So you come.
You owe me twice.
Rat, his dear friend, came from New York, Sept of the Greenfield. You will be welcome.
I better be. Brought your baby girl into the world. Come on, let's go.
He'll kind of get his head under Maggie and help her up and take her back to the cairn.
Yep. That's, of course, when you awake, sweets. Or we'll get right back to when you awake and we all can converge. But moving over to Timber. Hi, Timber. You've arrived home from work again, so please make sure you're at 3 rage. And I will just go through for everybody, besides Hana, of course. Sweets at 1 rage. Lorelei at 1 rage. And Ramos at 1 rage. Sorry, Elias at 1 rage. But Timber gets 3 rage for being at work. Mr. Wolf lets you leave a little early today, as it's begun to rain quite heavily, and the foot traffic just won't be worth staying open. There just won't be enough foot traffic to justify it. So as you head into the cairn, you see Lilette still standing by the tree, which means Lorelei is still fighting in the Umbra, you assume, because that's what happened with you, is you fought multitude of enemies until you were beaten down, expected to rise again. And you hear those noises coming from Cascada and Elias's cabin. Eye roll. And you can practically hear sweet snoring from here. So you head to you and Pinecone's cabin, maybe have some fun with brother. But instead, you see Pinecone's packing his things. He has luggage you don't recognize, and he sort of bundled his sheets into like a big sack and is trying to shove it into the suitcase. Oh. Timber, you're supposed to be at work.
Timber gets off early.
Because rain. Stupid rain.
Wet but no longer have to talk to humans. So what are doing? What trip?
Look, I leave you and you
Is Marcus cleaning? I told him not allowed to come in here. Everything is set where it should be.
Look, I leave you, and she indicates to your bed, which has a 6-pack of beer and banana juice and a pine cone and a little piece of paper that a crude heart has been drawn on. I do that for you to see when you come back and Pinecones doesn't live here anymore.
Pinecones lives here. Pinecones and Timber live in this den.
Pinecones has a new den.
No, it's Timber and Pinecones den.
I love Timber. I love Timber. I love Crack Teeth. It's same but different. Does that make sense?
You're cracked teeth.
I know he's stupid with technology, but I like him.
You're leaving Pine. No, stay here. Cracked teeth, move in next door.
He can't. His machines. He can't. With the machines, they can't do it here. It's too
give
far.
Give a machine for Pinecone, and Pinecone doesn't leave Timber.
And Pinecones just wraps his arms around you.
She sobs into his chest.
Pinecones always loved Timber.
How far?
Not far. But not here.
Stupid two-leg form.
Pinecones. Hard Rain has pack. Pinecones has pack. Timber needs pack.
Timber getting pack like Pinecones.
And maybe you find someone you like Pinecones, but different.
Not cracked teeth.
No.
Stupid.
He's not stupid. His technology's stupid. He's not stupid. He's nice.
Fine. You are going to leave without saying goodbye to Timber.
But banana...
Always say bye. Not again.
So I can take the beer and banana juice?
No, Timbers.
He hugs you again. I will always say bye. And it's fine, Timber. Hard Rain to left. We leave Cairn, we go left to Hard Rain. And Timber in the middle. And you go right to find Pinecones in Berlin.
Pinecones is moving to city?
With the rest of pack. And Crack Teeth. In nearby a park, green space.
If he hurts you, I will eat him.
Yeah, that's another reason why Pinecones needs to go. Because, you know.
She's going to shut the door.
If Blood Moon. Too many wolves here. Wolf knows
who
too
found-
good.
who found out? Who
no,
found out?
my pack
Who- tell-
knows. Wolf nose is too good. They smell it. And if Blood Moon gets too close and smells, or Daddy Crookpaw smells, or the old man smells, oh,
We get Berlin, we get you Berlin, and Pinecones, be safe. It's okay, Pinecones goes now. It's okay.
And she's gonna start helping. And then
and you're
take
trying
a
to figure out
beer
how
and
to
the
shove
banana
everything
juice,
in here. Mhm.
and just drink some of the beer, drink some of the juice, hand it to Pinecones, and help pack.
Mm-hmm. You sort of drag everything out because it's too heavy and it's not correctly packed. And you see Crack Teeth is waiting around the back in the Sprinter that you arrived in several years ago. That's all tricked out now and painted over, and it's got a lot of high-tech stuff in there. And Crack Teeth sees you and he says, "Hey, Timber."
Mm.
Pinecones will be fine in Berlin, I promise. I have a really, really nice high-rise.
I don't want to hear those things about my brother.
And he looks at Pinecones. What the hell did you tell her?
You keep Pinecone safe, or Timber will know.
Yes, I promise.
Pinecones is going in the car.
And she's gonna look at
You should come visit when you want. You should come visit us. Very nice park nearby.
Yes,
you can
green-
see
green
green
space.
space. You can see from my house.
we can go take a walk in the park, cool off.
Yeah, that. Leave before Timber changes his mind.
Thank you, Timber. Pinecone sort of jumps on you after loading everything in from the back. Jumps on your back. Love you, Timber.
Love you. See you soon.
Very soon.
And she'll kind of rub her head against his chest and his face.
Mhm.
And then she's gonna go make it somebody else's problem.
Absolutely. So as you head back into the cairn, you see Lorelei has arrived back through the gauntlet. And Lilette is waiting there, and she immediately takes your face. Are you alright? What happened?
Gordon came and I swore to her and I helped myself.
Excellent. Perfect. You are a Black Fury, true.
She looked really proud of herself.
And now it is the time for you to decide if you stay here at the Sept or return with me to Berlin. I made a promise to Sweets that I would let you pick.
Her smile would turn a little like, what's the word I'm looking for? Shy, and not wanting to disappoint.
Mhm.
She said, "Well, I feel bad because he taught me everything, but I like it here, and I want to get to know the others better."
Don't feel bad. Follow what Gorgon and Gaia are telling you to do.
I think I need people.
I will always be here for you, Lorelei. Just a phone call away. If you can even get reception out here.
Yeah. Thank you for everything.
For Gaia.
For Gaia.
And you can see this exchange happening, Timber. And Lilette just sort of walks over to Sweet's cabin and just raps on it pretty loudly. And she says, "Get out here, old man."
Hard awake. Do a quick shake and a stretch. Bones are getting real old. Come to the door in lupus form.
Lorelei has decided she wants to stay here at the Sept. She's your responsibility. Take care of my girl.
Was there ever any question?
No, but I wanted you to hear it.
I will not say what I have said before. And gives an indication of humor in Lupus form. Will just rub his head against her hip. You also have a place here. And your daughter, if you choose. Always your choice.
It's appreciated. But I'm going to go.
I will look after.
I'll hear about it if you don't.
Is this the wound between us mended? Old friend.
Yeah, let's call it even.
Then I will look for you on that far horizon.
See you there, old man.
Fully bows his head in respect.
She just sort of ruffles your ears, crouches down herself into lupus form, and runs off, as she is wont to do. Timber, you see this exchange happening. It's a little farther away from where you are, and you're annoyed, sad, upset. These are human feelings, annoying feelings. You don't like these feelings, and you just hear the noises coming from Cascada, giggling and sort of lovey-dovey noise. It's annoying. And I'm going to need you to roll me a composure and resolve roll to see if you don't do something to disrupt them.
I was gonna say Crow's laughter, but you know, and resolve.
Please include your 3 dice. I will allow you to have 4 rage if you like.
No, we're on the other end of the spectrum with the sadness and the humans and the what? Oh no!
What did you roll?
I rolled two crits. Well, 1 crit on the rage die.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's fine. As long as you don't roll a brutal outcome.
So if the teeth were on one of the normal die, it's fine.
So the teeth are only on the red die.
Okay.
And if you roll 2 of these, you get something called a brutal outcome, and that's real fun.
Okay.
But if you didn't roll any teeth,
no teeth,
you pick up a rock that's just laying there on the ground, and you want to throw it through Cascada's window, but you stop. And you may do something else to disrupt them. Or leave them alone.
Can Sweets clock this?
Yes, absolutely.
He'll pad over, just be like, throw rock down fireplace, make bigger noise.
Or we throw bottle down fireplace.
Timber's choice. Come join at tree when done. Bring Elias.
And new packmate. We talked time ago. New packmate.
Yes.
She's staying.
That's what I want to talk about.
And as she's like talking, she's got the bottle of beer and the rock, and she's put the rock in the beer, and she's gonna climb up and drop it.
And Elias, you see that as you're with Cascada in bed. Luckily, there is no fire going.
I think I'm being summoned.
Ed Cascada sort of looks so hard. Oh, I did so want to clean beer out of my fireplace.
I'll take care of it. And just...
And the juice.
Please do.
Yeah. Yep. Mm-hmm.
She'll kiss you goodbye before you get up.
Yep. Yep. This is my pack. This is my problem. This is my mess.
So you walk out and, you're sort of still pulling on your shirt as you walk out, and you see Timber up on the roof of Cascada's cabin.
There you are! I was looking for you. We must meet new packmate. She's gonna jump down.
Good afternoon, Timber.
Evening, off work. Long day. Making sure Pack has beer and banana juice and bus fare.
You're right. I have to thank you for the delivery. I wasn't able to drink it myself, but the notion is appreciated.
Yes. Has your mate figured out how to actually make the alcohol yet?
And she's gonna kind of bump into Elias and start heading towards the tree.
Yep. Sweet said Ragabash have their role. This is fine. We're fine. This is fine.
No, Timber, walk, not roll.
Timber also climb.
So I should indicate that it is raining. So you all meet under the tree where you can stay pretty dry, but traveling, and there's all awnings over all the cabins, so as long as you're under the awning, you're not going to get wet. But traveling through to and fro from the commune will get you wet, but it's fine. You're werewolves, whatever. And you all converge at the tree. And of course, sweets, as I said, your rite of kin-seeking is leading you straight into the heart of Berlin. So you may have a moment to speak with each other, and then we're going to take a break.
Have spent many years with some of you and not enough time with the rest of you. But I found all of you for a reason, in very close succession. And there's a reason that I've taken 2 of you with me, looking for others. And others that I've found I have not taken. Northwind wants a pack here. Pack that he can guide while being removed. In this way, the 3 of you, now that Lorelei Savagewind has finished her rite of passage, the 3 of you are a pack. Now, under normal circumstances, you would not need a den father. But you're unbalanced. The auspices that you changed under are volatile in their own ways. The half moon is balance. It is staying the path. In this way, I am a member of your pack that is not a member of your pack. And today, we go into Berlin to find the last member of your pack. You have an hour to get ready, and then we need to leave.
In other news, I will wrap my arms around Lorelei and Timber's neck. Congratulations, Savagewind.
Oh yeah. It was good. It was enlightening.
Did it go well? Did you say yes? Did you say yes?
I did.
Did you slay many foes?
My father.
How many times?
Like half a dozen.
Cathartic, yeah.
We'll get those numbers up. They'll look better.
Very cathartic, and yes.
Good. And so now new pack member, we get you deed name next. For the glory.
Oh yeah, that would be really cool. I'd like that.
We get there.
Old Wolf, you're silent and you look like Timberfield.
Go and get your things. We leave in an hour. That hour is now 50 minutes.
Timber is ready.
I have to ask, Elias, do you inform your pack of your new title at Sept? Because for all intents and purposes, you stand above Sense the Sweetwater.
Yeah, I was going to inform Sweets alone if they were going to go get their things, but if Timber is ready, I guess Timber's going to be involved in the conversation.
Because I'm going to need a roll for something when you tell everyone. Just why I mentioned it.
Sick. Okay.
If anything, Timber can go, show the Sept that this is her new pack mate.
Timber,
Absolutely.
we'll get into why you feel how Sweets looks along the way. We'll talk, but would you mind taking Lorelei and spreading the good news? I have to speak with our dead father.
Not going to call him that. All right, goodbye. Lorelei, come with me. We go to mess hall. We stand on table. Everyone will see.
And she'll be like, oh, okay, yeah, sure.
Last one, huh?
You don't look troubled. So what is it?
Looks can be deceiving. I have been named Wormfoe for the Sept.
A grave duty.
Can I get intelligence and politics roll from both of you, please?
What you said? One rage, correct?
One for both of you. Because we had power nap and sexy nap. One rich.
Sexy nap.
You may categorize it however you like.
2 successes.
5 with a crit.
Okay, so Elias, you don't know, because maybe things were different in Sept of the Bloodfist, but Sweets, you would definitely have heard, especially when Cascada, at the age of 20 and only 2 years ago, challenged the leader of this previous Sept and took over it from him. The way that Monsekern is set up, should the Sept leader fall, the person who takes immediate charge of the Sept until other arrangements can be made is the Wormfoe. For her to name one now and not for a very long time might be suspect of something.
You are prepared to lead? The Sept.
Those aren't the Wormfoe's duties.
That is not the way the Covenant of this Sept perceives the matter. The Covenant of this Sept is that should the Sept leader fall, the Wormfoe is the next in the line of succession.
No, wouldn't that fall to the Warden?
It would have at Grunewald, but this is not Grunewald. Cascada did not name a Wormfoe for many years on purpose. She's groomed you. You'll do good at it.
No. I thought this was something entirely different.
I can no longer correct you, for now you are of the highest station of the pack, so...
No, Sweets, this isn't... I have to speak with Cascada.
No. Respect her intent, for she is of higher station than you. This is the way our people function.
She's not going to fall, so it's of little consequence.
I need a wits and insight from you, Sweets.
5 successes.
The way that Elias says she's not going to fall indicates to you that he's very adamant about it, as if someone has said to him that she's going to, or that someone has indicated to him that something's going to happen to her.
What has the Horned Serpent shown you? What do you fear?
I know that you had a vision. She told me. She told me she had the same vision. The spirits are whispering to all but me, and that must mean that I am not meant to know. That must mean that secrets are being kept, and I'm...
Sweets will cut him off with a hard, harsh bark. You do a disservice to your name. Seek the knowledge. Consume it. It is not given to you because you are meant to seek. Your struggle is blessed.
I will seek these answers. But you can rest assured, since the sweet water, she will not fall. Your vision was wrong.
Lorelei Savagewind told me the same. Death Takes Last told me the same. Leah, and he'll stop for a moment. Leah eats the marrow. Said I was wrong. And all of them were moved to the visions that I have seen. So you as well may deny them. But by denying them, you complete them. What will come, will come. And by denying them, you simply allow it to happen.
With that harrowing advice from Sense the Sweetwater to the new worm foe of the Monsey Cairn, we're going to stop here for a very short break. All right, we're back from our break. Hello, everyone. Back to Of Bane and Blood. As Sweets and the new worm foe, Elias had a discussion about the possible death, prophesied death of Cascada, and perhaps Elias taking over the Sept, should and when and if that happens. Timber was very proudly parading Lorelei around the Sept to the other wolves that are here, showing off her new packmate. Certainly not coming from any wound in her right now from Pinecone's leaving. And you take her over to the visitor center because you need something from Marcus. And Lorelei, you've seen Marcus before a few times. Like I said, you spent some weekends here when Lorelei had Renata. Just because Lorelei does her best to keep the veil, her daughter is not aware of what she is, and neither is her ex, Renata's father. And Timber takes you into the visitor center. Marcus is there. He has long, dark, curly hair about down to the middle of his back. He has snakebite piercings, and he's just absolutely covered in tattoos. Neck, full sleeves, chest, the whole kit and caboodle. And he looks up. He has one of his, he has a niece and a nephew who are here, and he has his niece around his neck. She's sitting on his neck and has her hands around his head. Her name is Leah. And his nephew, Jurgen, is wrapped around one of his legs while he's trying to do paperwork at the visitor center. And he just seems to be letting them and ignoring them. And he looks up when you come in, and he says, good evening, ladies, or late afternoon.
Hi,
Timber
Marcus.
Timber has several questions. Children, I heard grandfather has sweets in pocket.
He puts Leah down, and Jurgen lets go of his leg, and they both run out. They're about 10 years old.
Marcus will remember that Timber helped. Timber needs cabin cleaned.
My God, you're going to actually let me in your cabin? It's been 8 years, Timber.
It
What
has
do I-
been
wait,
8 years.
What do I owe the occasion to?
What did they say? Remodel.
I'll take it. Because I can smell the cabin from here.
It's got character.
Mhm.
Character. It has character.
It also attracts vermin. And I know you catch them, but you don't catch all of them and they get to the other cabins. Including mine.
Rat is friend. Anyway, Lorelei is new packmate. Lorelei, Black Fury. Marcus, son of Sweets.
Yeah.
Congratulations, Lorelei.
Oh, thanks. It was good. It's enlightening. Hoping I can be of use.
Are you planning to stay here in the Sept?
Yeah. Yeah, I'll be living here.
Not for nothing, I kind of know who you are, because you're not someone who's known in Potsdam. I hope you can get used to living roughing it.
Oh, yeah. Prefer it, honestly.
Really? You don't miss living in the ritzy-ditzy part of Potsdam?
Came with a lot of baggage and chains that I don't care for.
It's fair enough. I wouldn't really know. My siblings are the ones who have money or aims to live in the cities. I always preferred to be around the place I grew up. I can't do that, but this is the next best thing.
Yeah. Well, if you need anything, let me know.
Sure. Oh, hey. And he sort of ducks underneath the counter, and he pulls out 2 Klegenschirme, or umbrellas, that have the name of the visitor center on here. Cascada ordered these. It's raining.
Oh,
Raining.
sweet.
Looks at you,
I'll
Timber.
take one.
It's water. It will dry.
Lorelei, would you like a umbrella?
Yes, please. Makes my hair all ready.
Yeah. Yeah, do one. Anything else I can do for you, ladies? Do you need my bus pass again?
I'll
No.
look at Timber. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what Sweets has planned for us today. We're going on another adventure. My
Well,
first one with them, actually.
Yeah, I'm sure you'll have a lot of fun. They always come back with somebody. If Dad needs my car, just let me know.
Yes, car is needed. Berlin. Also, we'll need to borrow occasionally, once per week. Timber will have someone else drive.
I was about to ask.
Sure, why not? I don't go anywhere anyway.
So now we go. With your umbrella.
All right, cool. See you around, Marcus. Thank you again for this.
Welcome to the Sept.
Please be gone before Timber gets back.
Yep.
And then she'll leave.
Sweets and Elias, you can also come out to the car and you see them leaving the visitor center. You're muted, Avery.
Everything well? Have 10 minutes before we need to leave.
Oh, yeah, I'm ready.
Marcus did not give Timber keys, but car is available.
Because Timber doesn't know how to drive.
Timber doesn't drive.
Sweets
Timber will never drive.
Sweets will drive.
So you go and get the keys from Marcus?
Yeah, he'll shut the door behind him.
Mhm.
Just kind of smell him a little bit.
He smells sweaty. He's been not just working in the visitor center, he also takes care of the land in so much as he can. He plants gardens, cuts down trees when needed, helps build new cabins. He's just a worker bee, you might say.
Oh, take the human skin.
Of course, when you do that in front of your son, there's always a point where he looks startled and then does not remember you doing that. The delirium.
Yeah. Sorry. I know I'm supposed to do that outside, but how are you? You good?
Oh, I'm great. I'm great. I love walking by Cascada's cabin all the time and listening to her and Elias fuck. I love it. It's my favorite part of living here.
It's been years, buddy. You still holding that candle?
I mean, sorry.
No. I'm sorry.
I don't mean to have a lot of different people that I meet.
Tell you
And
what.
no offense, she just seemed more normal than some of you do. No offense.
I mean, you're not wrong. Look, I want to take the pack out tomorrow and do some communal work with you. What projects do you have that need done?
I'm trying to set up a oh god, I can't remember what it's called. I have to go to the library to watch YouTube videos so I can figure out what the hell I'm doing. But like a fish farm.
Yeah, no, we'd love to help. Why don't we'll do that tomorrow?
Dad, you're real busy fighting the good fight or whatever. I'm fine.
the things that you're doing are just as important.
Yeah. I know. But I'm not saving the world. So.
Yes, you are. Let's say this fish farm takes off, we get good at it, right? Then what's to say we can't... I don't know, you buy the fish eggs, right? That's how it works?
I don't know, even the library in Potsdam has really terrible internet. I'm still working on it.
I mean, you could talk to Crack Teeth about it. He might know. You know, you should talk to Talia. She probably knows a thing about a thing.
She's busy, Dad.
She'll make time for you. And tell her I said that.
Yeah, alright.
Anyway, so what I was getting at is, you know, say we get good at this thing, right? Then, you know, maybe we start looking for some fish that are, you know, endangered or extinct or whatever. Like, functionally extinct. Then we start breeding them, and then we re-release them into their native waterways, you know? That's doing just as much for Gaia as we do. And you didn't have to kill anyone. You didn't have to turn into a giant monster.
I'm not really sure what you're trying to do, Dad. I don't need a pep talk. I'm fine. I'm fine.
I'm not giving you a pep talk. I'm just trying to be your dad. That's all. And I feel like I haven't been good at it in a while, and I'm sorry. And I'm just trying to help.
Look, unlike Ilva and Bertrand, who aren't here and are rarely here, I see all the stuff that you do. I mean, I don't see it, but I know all the stuff that you do and how important it is. I'm aware, and I'm fine.
I know you're fine.
I'm fine. I get worried.
You're lonely. You're lonely, Marcus.
I'm just an outsider. That's all.
No, you're not. You're my son.
Sure am. But I need to clean Timber's cabin, and I have to do it before she gets back.
Oh,
So,
shit. Timber's gonna let you clean that place?
yeah, I'm not questioning it, and I'd like to get it done before she changes her mind.
Fuck, I'm so sorry for wasting your time. I just need the keys, son.
Heath tosses them at you.
Give him a hug. And just kind of rest his forehead against his. I'm proud of you.
And he sort of taps you like this against your chest. Maybe call up your daughter who just spoke in front of the EU Commission in Brussels and tell her that too.
I called her last night and she didn't answer the phone, but I'll call her on the way there.
Cool.
Yeah, just let me know what time when we get back. Just let me know what time you need everybody up and we'll work on this fish farm thing tomorrow.
Sure, Dad.
Alright. Love you, kiddo. You know, give him a little stick on the shoulder and then head out with the keys.
Head out with the keys, head out with the pack. Everyone piles into his sedan. We drive off into the city, into the heart of Berlin, to the district of Kreuzberg. Right by Berghain. Meanwhile, we'll move over to Hana, who is in Kreuzberg right now. And you're sitting in the office of Schwester Sonja. It's late afternoon. And you're getting the lecture that you've gotten so many times from her, but this one's a little bit more traurig, we would say, a little bit more sad. And she looks at all three, Jonas and Annette. She had spoken to all three of you, asked Jonas and Annette to leave, and now she's talking to you. And she says, Hana, what am I supposed to do with you?
I'm sorry, sister. I don't know what you want me to say.
Hana, you're 19. You're the oldest one we have here at the Jugendheim. I've given you chance after chance. The Realschule, your truancy rate is so high.
I feel like I can do more, and I don't feel like I'm getting anywhere by just continuing this, I don't know, cycle?
You're not getting anywhere by stealing, Hana. And if you want to go live on the streets, you can go live on the streets. That is always an option open to you, but I would like a life better for you than that.
Is that even an option at this point?
I'm afraid it's too late in the day for me really to get any confirmation from anyone about anything. You know how it is here in Germany. 5 o'clock comes and everything closes.
For what it's worth, sister, I am sorry that I'm such a failure to you.
Hana, you're not a failure. You're lost. And I just want to guide you onto a path so that you can see clearly. I just want what's best for you.
Sister, why? Why do you know I don't believe? Why do you believe in me so much?
Because God doesn't need you to believe, Hana. He believes in you. He made you, and he loves you. And as he loves you, I love you.
Anything else, sister?
I need you to go to your room. There'll be no time in the Freizeitraum, the free time room. No socializing for the rest of the night.
Not like anybody else would want to talk to me anyways at this point, but yeah. I understand. He's gonna stand up and kind of look sorrowful to the sister before attempting to leave.
You head upstairs to your room and lay down in your bed. You do share this room with another girl, but she's in the Freizeitraum. She's, spending time down there playing video games, or there's a pool table down there, whatever. And you just have some time to yourself, and you sort of lay in your bed contemplating. You doze off a little bit. You hear the rain starting outside, and it's always kind of soothed you. You have that dream again, the dream with the rats. You're in an alleyway somewhere, and these rats just start descending down from the top of a fire escape down on top of you until you're practically suffocating under their little furry bodies. And you startle awake because someone is pulling at your foot, is shaking you.
Who? He's just gonna sit up and see who it is.
And it's Annette and Jonas again. Hana, come on.
Not now. What?
Yes, now.
What's even? What?
Come on.
What's even happening? What's going on? What?
We're gonna go to Berghain. Who gives a shit about what Sister Sonia says? We'll fucking make our own way. We'll fucking live on the streets, we'll party at Berghain, we'll steal, we'll panhandle, whatever it's called. Gives a shit, we're young. Fuck, Sister Sonia.
Hey. That woman is taking care of us. She didn't fucking have to.
Yeah, she does. She has to because the church has this place. Come on, don't be so stupid.
You really don't understand how people... Fine. Probably gonna get kicked out anyways.
Probably.
Fine.
Us too.
Fuck it. Fuck it all.
We stick together.
She's gonna hop off her bunk and
you see that Jonas has already opened up the window, and he's done the very classic thing of tying a bunch of bed sheets together, tying it down, and he's got a knife between his teeth. And he's gonna cut it as soon as he gets down there.
I'm kind of getting ready. Still gonna wear the same boy band shirt because I think it's cool. Still got the pin on. Gonna put a little sleeveless leather jacket vest that I got on, and some arm bangles and shit. And
you head down with Jonas and Annette to go party at Berghain, because here in Germany, you can drink when you're the age of 16, beer and wine, and hard alcohol when you're 18. So you can absolutely get into Berghain. Let's see if you get in. That's always the thing. And if you can't get into Berghain, then you just go somewhere else. The rest of the pack has arrived in the city of Berlin. Good lord, Timber, this is awful. You thought Potsdam was bad? This is Potsdam on steroids. This is everything worse. There's people everywhere wandering through the streets. It's hard for Sweets to drive through here. He keeps having to stop because people just wander through the streets. And there's tons of smoke, smell of alcohol, lots of loud noise. Of course, Lorelei, you spent the last year in Berlin, so this is no big whoop. You know exactly where you are. You know exactly where Sweets is going, and you can tell just from the direction that he's going in that he's heading to Berghain. Whether Sweets knows about Berghain or not is up for debate. Elias, not so much either. Elias is from the Schwarzwalds, from the west of Germany, so if you'd like to inform Sweets that he's heading toward a pretty famous place, you can.
I think right now Sweets is still on the phone with Ilva.
Oh, that's right. You wanted to call Ilva. You tried to call her a few times, and you keep getting voice messages. Eventually, a text message comes back through, and it's hard for you to drive in text that just says, "What is it, Dad?"
Pick up the phone. Want to talk?
Very begrudgingly. Takes a while, and she picks up. And she sounds like she was sleeping. And she says, "What is it, Dad?"
Hey, I heard about your speech today. Why didn't you tell me?
I figured you're too busy. And you
I'm
don't
never-
have I don't think you have a TV or the internet.
I would have found one.
Well, you can
Hey.
go on the internet and watch it.
I will. This is your mother would be
I'm in
so
Australia
proud of you.
right now. It's really late.
Yeah. No, I know. I'm sorry. I'm proud of you, baby girl. I'm so proud of you.
Dad, what do I do for a living?
You're a scientist.
Right.
I'm
Thanks.
sorry. I was born as well, you know.
I do.
Like I'm trying to keep up, sis. I'm trying really hard.
Against all of my reasoning, all of my research, yes, you were born as a wolf. I do admit that that is a true fact.
Look. When are you gonna be home next?
Not for a while. Maybe 8 months.
Will you come have lunch with Mark and Bertrand and Tierra and Talia with me, please?
I'll have my assistant call you when I'm back over here.
Assistant, huh? Moving up in the world.
Dad, I work for a Fortune 500 company.
I don't know what that means, sis.
I know.
Okay, well, I love you, and I'm very proud of you, and your mother would be so proud of you today.
I gotta go back to bed. I have a meeting really early in the morning.
All right, well, give him hell, kiddo.
Okay.
All right, I love you.
I love you too.
All right. Sweet dreams, kiddo.
And Lorelei and Elias, you would have overheard her saying that I work for a Fortune 500 company on the phone as he's been driving.
Yeah, Lorelai would have been like, "Oh,
Hang up the phone. Anyway, who knows how to work the box thing, the radio? Who can
Stop
do
taking hands off steering wheel, old men. We're going to die.
Lorelai would just take her seatbelt off and lean over the console and put the radio on."
Hey, so a Fortune 500 company is a pretty big deal. I didn't want to shout over your call and say hi. I don't want to be that person, but it's a big deal.
that? Yeah, no, I mean, like, I knew she was, a big deal in what she does. I mean, she's amazing. She's so fucking smart. I mean, all my kids are fucking smart. You're all smart too. You're all my kids too. But, she's something fucking else.
Yeah, no, like I know like your upbringing very different, but it's like think of it like when Cascado walks into a room. That's her on a day-to-day basis, but with like a bigger Sept. Like a wildly bigger Sept.
Kind of like Greenfield. We had a few hundred there.
Yeah.
Huh. Well, all the kids, their mother's a silver fang. They're destined for great things. It's what happens when you got the blood of the fangs in you. We do great things.
Lorelei, do you Google his daughter?
Yes.
Yeah. She works for one of the top 20 companies in the world. It's based out of here in Berlin, but it is a sector that is revolutionizing green energy. And you see her, she has articles written about her. She has been in Forbes magazine before. She has spoken at many, many, many places, including, as I said, the EU Commission in Brussels. And she is slated, she's one of their 30 under 30 in Forbes magazine.
As I'm looking through this, I would just audibly say, oh, no shit.
Yeah. Dr. Ilva Sweet. She's something.
Yeah, no
Absolutely
kidding.
wild.
Yeah. Good kid.
Timber, how you doing back there with all the Weaver trash?
To go home.
I gotta take you to New York sometimes. Make this place look like a shithole.
This place is a shithole.
Lorelei,
Burn
Nice.
it all down.
Lorelei, you see coming up close to Berghain, you know that there's no more, he's going to be able to park here, that it's walking. You need to stop him before he just keeps driving into where it's walk only.
Oh, hey, we should park. There's like not a lot of parking. We're just gonna be walking the rest of the way.
Yeah, okay. I mean, shit. Sounds good.
And I need you to make me either composure and drive or dexterity and drive, because you have to parallel park in Berlin. I don't know if Sweets knows how to do that.
I IRL would need to roll to do that because I can barely parallel park.
First time for everything.
Here
doesn't believe in
in the big
parking
cities,
lots.
you need to parallel park. Everywhere.
Yeah. Except for Globus. Globus usually has a parking lot.
Globus usually has a parking lot, that's correct, but
God
that's one of
bless
those
him.
box stores.
Somehow, 4 successes that are a crit.
To your shock and surprise, Timber, and everyone really, Elias parks pretty easily. Maybe, or Elias, Sweets parks pretty easily. Maybe at one time, Sweets actually had to drive a car. Maybe when his wife was heavily pregnant, he had many, many toddlers running around that had to go to doctors.
The minute the car stops, Timber is out the window.
What did the humans say? Lorelei, just like riding a bike.
Sure. Yeah.
I've never ridden a bike, but I assume it's something like this.
So
That's like a glove.
So let's describe the scene where you're at as you exit out of the car. You're right in front of a very large tunnel, the tunnel that connects Kreuzberg and Friedrichshain, which is why the building that is just ahead, the big cement industrial building, is called Berghain. Inside this tunnel, you see there's many unhoused people. You also see there's a very long line in front of this cold steel building. Very many people are waiting in line to get in, and of course, Lorelei, you know why. This is the most famous techno club in the world. However, I need all of my werewolves, please, to roll wits and awareness. For several reasons.
The most common role in the Huddy game.
Oh, hell yes. That Dex Athletics.
Yeah. There's a reason I put 3 shots in wits and 3 shots
Yeah,
in
you
air.
learn quick. 3. What about you, Sweets?
A crit +1 for 5.
5. Everyone, please remember your rage dice. 2. 4. All right. So, we'll do this in turn order. Lorelei, you are aware, because you have lived in Berlin for a year with Lilette. Lilette took you around quite often. You are aware that there are leeches who live in the tunnel. You don't know anything much about them, but you know that they're there. You have heard from Lorelei that they are quote-unquote runoffs. They are lesser leeches, as she calls them, so they're not completely... They were never a target. You didn't go use them for target practice or anything like that. beneath you, according to Lilette. But you know that they're there, and for all intents and purposes, they're servants of the Wyrm or the Weaver, depending on your point of view. So, you know, maybe warn your pack that they're there. Who rolled 4 successes? Timber and Elias, right? You rolled 3 successes. Okay, Timber. 3 successes, and because Timber's proclivity is hard for you to concentrate. Everything is loud. There's people everywhere. This is horrible. The music that's coming from this steel building is loud techno music, and the steel building looks really like, it looks like Weaver bullshit. You don't like this at all. You don't like anything about this. Elias, you can definitely see that looks like Wyrm activity in the tunnel. Definitely looks like vampire bullshit here, leech bullshit here. But Sweets, because you have done your rite of kin-seeking, you see that your vision leads you right to someone waiting in line. And with 5 successes, you smell 2 things in particular. 1, you smell Maggie. 2, you smell your son Bertrand. You don't see either of them, but you smell them.
Both of his ears flick forward, and
You are in Hamid form, you just drove a car.
even so, like, there's
Okay.
there's some strange vestigial movement.
Sure.
He's just like, we have a job to do, but there are other things that I need to do here. The 3 of you, and he'll point the person out in the line.
That is where the smell of Maggie is coming from. It's coming from that person.
That's the one we need to take with us. I'm gonna approach them. Keep eyes on the perimeter. Also, if you see my son Bertrand, let me know, please. I can smell him, but I can't see him.
Sure, go get the girl.
And he'll approach with great intent.
Lorelei or Elias, do you inform Sweets and Timber that there's leeches in the tunnel literally right next to where you're standing?
Yeah. We should be cautious and kind of huddle leeches.
We should take. I'm not gonna tell you to do your job, but I think a couple of us should play some defense.
Once we have the girl, we can talk about it. But if the leeches move, make them meet beneath your fangs.
Understood.
Let's make it so.
For no reason, I mentioned there's a lot of people here. And the delirium is fun, but it's also an issue with the veil. Just saying.
Timber just
no
heard a check mark for killing people.
Sure did.
Oh, God.
All right. So in line, Hana, you're standing there with Annette and Jonas, and the line's not moving, and you're sort of just like, you know, what are we doing? Why don't we go somewhere else? And Jonas says, this is bullshit. It's not letting anyone in.
I wonder what was going on, like an event or some shit. Like, I don't remember it being this slow to get in anywhere.
I don't know. Bounce up says, seems like an asshole.
I'm gonna like do that thing where you just kind of like
Mm-hmm.
clean up and try to see like what's going on at the front.
Nothing. The bouncer is just sitting there on a little stool, doing nothing. Not indicating for anyone to come in. He seems to keep tapping an earpiece and then just sitting there looking at his phone.
I mean, worst case scenario, we can just go into the tunnels and smoke a joint, hang out.
Well, maybe we should.
That was a good idea to me, yeah.
Yeah,
I
let's do
mean,
that. Fuck them.
God knows, yeah, when they're gonna let us in anyway. So fuck it.
So as
And
you
if they start, we can just do. If they start letting people in, we can just like smooge our way into the crowd and just do what we usually do.
Hell yeah. So as you approach this person in line, you see them break away from the line and head into the tunnel. With 2 other people.
Gotta keep up with them.
So you head into the tunnel. It's pretty Wyrm corrupted in here. You smell blood in the air, blood from many different people. And as I said, Sweets, as you follow this person, this girl and her friends, the smell of Maggie continues to remain in your nose. The smell of Bertrand gets farther away.
He's a grown man. He can take care of himself.
A lot of the people here and the unhoused people here are sort of staring at you. They're looking at you awful suspiciously, you, the werewolves, as they look at you. Some of them more perceptive than others. Skitters, like roaches. Takes off, doesn't want to stay here in the tunnel. Others are a little bit more brash and stare at you openly. Do you continue just following this girl, or do you intimidate them, scare them, talk to them, ignore
Sweet
them?
will make... Sweet, at least personally, will make eye contact with each and every one of them that looks at him.
What about you, Elias?
The same. Probably moving, keeping with the path, but kind of drifting closer to kind of like dare them to do something.
Timber, you see some of them have electric pots that they're cooking, and you can smell blood in it. Human blood.
So Timber's gonna lock away that knowledge, and if there's any that are close, full on, just kick them over.
They see what you're doing. They look at you. Fuck's your problem.
You.
Okay.
And Crow's laughter is a distraction, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna get the girls that are walking away's attention, so they stop
Certainly. How would you like to do that?
going further into the tunnel. Did I see like the people in line?
Mhm.
And that no one was getting in.
Mhm.
So Timber's mouth kind of just drops open, and they're letting people in now. Let's go! Hurry up before the doors close.
Honor and manipulation.
I could use a willpower.
You don't need to. 3 successes, Hana. You absolutely hear that. And as you turn around to see where that voice was coming from, Jonas and Annette grab onto you, and both of them bite into different parts of your body and begin drinking your blood. You don't care, though, because it feels absolutely amazing. And they begin drinking, and you can see that her 2 friends are feeding on her. However, she does not go through her change. What would you like to do?
Oh, shit.
Krinos,
Right here in
Fuck
the
'em.
tunnel?
fuck them.
Sure. Make me 2
I
rage
know
checks,
I'm-
please,
I
and
know
you
I'm a-
only have 1 rage.
I know I'm a Philodox, but
Do-
fuck them.
Do they only have 1 rage? Because I do have Song of Rage.
Well, let's see.
Can't do it. No, I lose it.
You attempt to turn Krynos, and instead you lose your wolf, which is not Pirano, but you lose your wolf. You attempt, you can't. Moving on. Lorelei, what do you do when you see this?
How close are they to us?
About 10 feet away.
Oh, okay. So I'm just gonna go over and start pulling them off of her.
Would you like to transform to your Glabro form? Which is much
Yes.
stronger.
Yes.
So
as I'm
that is
walking.
1
running.
rage check. You should be at 1 rage. If you fail, you
Yes.
can't do it. Because you'll
A
lose your
success.
rage. Success. Okay, so you don't lose any rage, and you watch Lorelei become bigger, more caveman-like, and you begin pulling them off of this girl. So strength and brawl. Elias, what are you doing?
Also switching to Glabro and going to attack the 2 that we're feeding. They're not leaving here alive.
Okay, rage check.
Success.
Okay, strength and brawl. Timber, what are you doing? You see, you notice Sweet's attempt to shift, but can't.
So, with Song of Rage, can I do it in Hispo form?
Yes, you can. You can do it in
Go ahead.
Hispo, Krynos, or Glabro.
Yeah, just Hamid form I can't.
No.
So,
Or Lupus form.
shifts to Hispo.
Rage check.
Success.
Mhm.
And then Timber just tilts her head back and howls. That Song of Rage and Change.
And I believe it's charisma and honor?
I
Or glory.
believe
I think it's glory.
I have to scroll up.
It is
Song of
It's-
Rage, glory.
Yeah,
All
charisma
right.
and glory. We'll see how much rage everyone's gonna get. Lorelei, what did you roll?
3.
Elias, what did you roll?
I had to spend willpower, but 6 successes.
Both of you very easily get these 2 vampires off of your new packmate, future new packmate. What did you roll, Timber? 5. Everyone who is a werewolf may increase their rage to 5. Sweets, what are you doing? Your rage is back. You're going to be in a stunned sort of euphoria for the moment.
Okay, so I'm stunned. I'm not going to see this and run.
No.
I think Sweets is just gonna scoop the girl and start running back towards the entrance of the tunnel.
You like to switch to your Glabro form?
It'll certainly make it easier, yeah.
Rage check. Be prepared to hear me say that a lot.
I rolled a brutal fangs.
So then you lose that rage. You're down to 4 rage, but you can transform.
Yeah, I'll just scoop her up in his big old caveman arm.
Yeah. So as you're coming out of this euphoria, someone scoops you up and begins running out of the tunnel with you.
What the fuck?
He'll just kind of turn his head over his shoulder. We need to leave.
I'm trying to get the fuck out of this guy's arms.
You're going to try and struggle? That's fun.
Yeah.
That's fun. Dex athletics versus Sweets' strength and athletics. Lorelei, you want to kill this leech. Am I correct in assuming that?
Oh, of course.
Awesome. How would you like to kill him? Or hurt him?
Oh, just raking claws across the face.
Mm-hmm. So make a strength and brawl. How about you, Elias?
Yeah, same.
Go for it. Strength and brawl.
This is not...
For a general roll for them, I rolled a success on every dice. I need 6 successes for you to kill them outright.
You said that this was athletics that I'm rolling?
Strength and athletics.
Could I make an argument for brawl?
No.
Hurt.
That's no. You're trying to hold on to her, not hurt her.
Just gonna suplex me.
Just
right
knock her out. Just like, right.
I sent that correct. Crits count for 2. So how many? That's 1. Would that be 1, 2, 3?
So
4,
7?
5, 6, 7, 7.
Yeah. 7.
7 on the crit.
You know what I did.
I think I do. Let's get right back to that in 1 second. Lorelei and Elias, what did you roll?
Oh, like shit today. 2.
Okay. You start tangling with this one. You swipe across it, but she does not go down or turn to ash or whatever the fuck it is that vampires do. What about you, Elias?
6 exactly. I had to spend more willpower again.
Okay, so for you, you take the guy, twist his head off like one of those twisty cap beer bottles. Done. Dead.
My friend.
You can see that Lorelei is still tangling with hers. Timber, would you like to help Lorelei eliminate this last one with something that will give me 4 successes? You're in his form.
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
Timber's gonna see that they were able to shift and that Sweets is running, so she's gonna crouch down, leap, and just bite in.
Strength and brawl. Elias, definitely living up to the Wyrmfo name, literally twisted this guy's head clean off.
Okay, strength, brawl.
You may add 2 extra dice for this because it's a bite attack in his form.
Yeah. Oh, sick.
Sick.
I forgot to add my 2 dice bonus, and so I did it just now, and I still rolled 2 failures. So that's very cool.
That's super awesome. It happens. What's even more awesome is that Sweets very likely rolled a brutal outcome.
7 with the crit.
7 successes with a crit. So as you know, it's a little frustrating, Lorelei. You've been fighting Wyrm spirits, you've been fighting Bane's Fomori with Lilette for a year, and this one little dinky thin blood, she's shorter than you. She was still strong enough and quick enough to move out of the way, and you weren't able to take her down. You literally watched Elias twist this guy's head clean off. But Timber comes back from behind with her Hispo form and just rips this girl's head off.
Thanks.
People in the tunnel start running, screaming. Some of them are experiencing the delirium. Some of them aren't, but are scared anyway. They start freaking out, running away, causing a lot of commotion. Sweets, however, had ran away with Hana and rolled a brutal outcome. So, Hana, you're trying to get away from this person carrying you. You rolled really, really well. However, brutal outcomes overshadow your really excellent roll. Sweets, would you like to tell me how this brutal outcome comes to play, or would you like me to?
I think for a moment, since the Sweetwater stops existing,
Certainly.
I think for a very quick moment in this situation, he hasn't had even 4 rage in a very long time. It's been damn near a decade. And I think that instinct of Crimson Howler comes in, and as she starts to struggle in his Globro form, he just sends an elbow directly into her jaw. Stop moving.
It hurts, Hana. It hurts a lot. And you feel this thump in your heart. He didn't hit you in the heart, but it's like maybe you're so scared you're having a heart attack. It's hard to tell. It's thump. It's like a vice grip around your heart, but it subsides.
Let me go! Let me go!
I'm helping you. Stop moving.
Sweets, she smells like Maggie.
He hit me really hard.
He did, and you are going to take... You're going to take 5 points of superficial damage.
Oh.
Just hard to mark on this sheet, but just let me know if that turns over to aggravated. Because then you're going to have a dislocated jaw and not going to be able to talk super good.
I have 1 more point left
Okay.
of superficial.
So you can still
that I
talk
can take.
normally, but an immediate bruise appears on your jaw.
Shit. How do I retaliate with this?
The rest of the pack can also catch up in order to maybe indicate that she's outnumbered.
Yeah, Timber has grabbed the head that she took off, and she is kind of tossing it in the direction of one of those electric pots. And then is gonna run up to where Sweets is and kind of stop and survey.
Elias and Lorelei, do you go after Sweets as well?
Yes.
When you arrive, you watch him crack her right in the face with his elbow.
Is there any other? Are there any other leeches in the tunnel that are, or have they all fled?
No, they're all actively fleeing, and Sweet seems to have diverted into the catacombs.
Excellent. Then yeah, I'll go after Sweets.
And as I said, when you arrive, you see him crack Hana right across the face with his elbow. Hurts her really badly.
I'm gonna have to fix that.
Sweets.
What you, a human, sees, well, you see you're being carried by a caveman. On the ground is a pretty big wolf, maybe like a wolf right out of a fairy tale story, and then 2 other cavemen and woman.
I feel like in this reaction, yeah, that would probably be her
Strength and
thing.
roll
This is scary. Yeah.
versus
Not
again
gonna be great.
Sweet strength and athletics. You may add a 3 extra die if the rest of your compatriots are going to attempt to stop both of you from fighting each other.
Yeah, I'll get in front of where Sweets is walking and go like, stop, first of all, we're going the wrong way. And I'm gonna try to grab the girl's arm when I clock that she's trying to punch him.
Yeah, Timber's getting kind of low and snarling, like under her breath, and like it just constantly saying over, "Stop, change, hunt, change, hunt."
Oh, it's settling.
You
Elias
can't
is-
understand her.
Okay.
The rest of the pack
Elias
can.
is screaming in Hana's face, just that like, stop struggling, you'll make it worse.
What did you roll, Sweets? 5 to 2. You attempt to struggle again, but your face really hurts, and you're dazed, you're scared, confused, and he's not moving now, so he definitely keeps a cold, hard grip on you, and you're off the ground on top of everything else.
You're going to be fine. Look at me. Look
I
at
don't
my
have any
eyes.
money. I don't have any money. And I don't have even a rich family. What the fuck do you want?
Look.
Where are
in-
my friends?
Look in my eyes. You're going to be fine. And
My
as
chin says fucking otherwise, dipshit.
Sweets is very slowly gonna set Hana on her feet and shift back down to Hamid form.
What the fuck?
You're okay.
You forget that he's done that, Hana. You see it for a split second, and you forget that he was ever anything but a human. It's called the delirium.
I'm sorry that I hit you. That wasn't okay, and I would like to make that up to you.
Sweets, I need you to take a point of aggravated damage. As you were struggling with her, the pin that she's wearing is made out of silver.
Sweets will look at it and look to the pin and then clock it. Where did you get that?
Yeah, what?
That pin. Where did you get it?
What? Do you want this? I got this from this nice homeless woman. It was a gift.
Where?
The fuck, some alleyway near this fucking occult shop.
Stop screaming.
Stop threatening me.
We're
I'll
not.
shift.
We're not threatening you. We're here to help you.
Go ahead, Lorelei.
I will shift back to Hamid form.
And you forget that there was ever anything but a normal-looking girl here.
Can I use Mother's Touch?
Am I still actively bleeding out, by the way?
Well,
No,
you won't be for in
that.
real quick. You won't be. 2? All right. You may remove 2 points of superficial damage. Hana, you're no longer bleeding. The wounds on your neck and on your arm where they bit into you close, and your jaw feels a little bit better. Not totally better, but a little bit.
I'll just walk up and gently cup her jaw.
Oh, she's like twitching, eyes are wide, like looking right at you. Like,
Look, I grew up on the streets as a kid too. I know that when somebody's trying to be kind to you, they want something from you. I get it.
I still don't believe you don't want something from me.
There is something I want from you, but it's not bad. Something's about to happen to you that's going to change your life forever. We're not going to harm you.
Who taught you how to negotiate? Because whatever you're saying does not sound great.
It's not going to be great. But we're going to be here and we're going to help you. Does he clock the t-shirt at this point?
Absolutely.
He'll just kind of look at her face for a minute. Who's your mother, kid?
I don't fucking know. I grew up in a fucking home.
You never met her?
I don't know any of my fucking parents. No.
Sorry that happened to you.
Happens to a lot of people. She's gonna pull out at this point, from her pocket, a joint. Light it up.
Oh yeah, Sweets will reach in his pocket and pull out a prescription pill bottle and take 2 anti-anxiety pills and slap them in Hannah's hand.
What
Those-
is the...
Those will work a lot quicker. And he'll show her the label on it. It's an anti-anxiety med.
At this point, I don't fucking care, and she's just gonna...
You're gonna be fine. But the next part really sucks, and we should get out of here. You can tell me about the woman you got that pin from later.
Hedgehog climbs up your shirt, Sweets, and he says, at least let the kid get her clothes.
And he'll like look down towards the shirt collar and just nod. You're right. You're right. Where are you staying?
I'm gonna give I'm gonna give like the name of the place that I'm staying at, but then she's gonna say, "What are the friends' names? Where's the pet names?"
Annette and Jonas.
Annette and Jonas. Where the fuck's Annette and Jonas? My friends, the people who are with me. The fuck are they?
They tried to kill you, kid.
Timber licks at her chops.
The fuck
Your
do you
friends
mean
are
they tried
dead.
They tried to kill you, and
Jesus,
we protected you. I'm sorry that happened.
Why the fuck were they trying to kill me?
Laura, this is bad. You're in a place where you absolutely shouldn't be having this conversation. You're nowhere near. You're in the fucking catacombs. You don't know what much stronger vampires might hang out in here. You know they're dead.
Oh, yeah.
They probably hang out in dead things. It's
If
making
it's
you very
not obvious,
uncomfortable.
Hana's talking loud because
Yeah.
she's trying to make a scene.
It's just making you very uncomfortable being here.
We should go back. Like now.
I agree.
We
Let's go.
should.
Yeah, come on, Ken. Let's go get your shit.
She's just gonna walk with them silently, but I have a very big question when we get outside.
This might be good, Sweets. I mean, you might actually get a new Garu before they change, and then they can change at the Sept, and then you can do the Rite of Tranquility, and it could just be all good. This might not be a bad thing. This might be your first.
It's gone a lot better than the other 3 went.
Yeah, so I mean, maybe you're finally getting good at it.
Here's
What-
to hoping.
What is your big question, Hana?
Once we're outside, there's a lot of people still around. Like, there's some that were running, but there was still, like, the people were crowded, right?
Oh yeah, the police have arrived.
Yeah. The second that happens, I'm gonna kind of, like, make it so that, like, Hana is kind of just keeping, like, to the edge, but is obviously showing that she's following and is trying to be compliant. The second there's a group of people that she passed, flip.
Dexterity and athletics versus everyone else's wits and awareness.
Can I choose not to make that roll because I'm starting a gift as we exit the tunnel?
What is the gift that you're starting?
Camouflage.
Certainly, but she wouldn't fall under it. Hana would not fall under your camouflage. It's for Garu.
I know.
Certainly. Make that roll.
6 successes, baby.
6.
Same.
And I don't need to be using rage dice yet, correct?
Oh, no,
Beautiful.
7. I lied.
5.
3 successes.
So, the only one who sees that Hana flips is Timber, who is still a wolf, I have to note.
Yeah, the minute we like get to a spot where there's going to be people, Timber starts to shift back
Mm-hmm.
into Hamid form. She's getting away.
Well, she appears on your shoulder, Lorelei, and says, "Don't listen to the old man, you better go find her. I think there's a surprise waiting for you.
Me?
For all of you."
Okay, yeah, gotcha. Yeah, I have a bad feeling about this. We should really follow her.
We know where our things are. We're under
No,
camouflage.
I think she's gonna change.
Well, then we're still camouflaged and we keep up with her. We're wasting time talking about it.
Yeah, let's go.
Most pups go home.
Yeah, he's heading home.
So you're running full tilt home.
Mhm.
The pack is tracking you, but you can't see them. And it's very irritating, Sweets, because as you keep tracking her, you just keep smelling Maggie on that pin. And you don't know what occult shop she was talking about, or if Maggie would even still be there. As you race into the Jugendheim, Hana, everything's dark. There's no lights on.
That's not usual, right?
Nope.
You gonna try the door?
You can get in, but everything in here is dark. And as you walk through, you slip. Make me a Dex Athletics, please. As the pack approaches, all of you smell blood.
Shit.
Lots of blood.
3 successes.
It's enough to keep your balance, you don't fall totally, but you slip on something thick and wet.
She's gonna pull out her phone and turn on the flashlight on her phone.
It's blood.
What the fuck? Is it like trailing anywhere?
You move the camera up to see where the blood's coming from. And you see Sister Sonia has been decapitated.
He's gonna run up there.
As the pack enters into the area and can see this scene, one of you has eyes of the owl and can see in perfect darkness, which is Elias. You see the scene. Hana, that thump in your heart suddenly becomes like a heart attack. You all watch Hana fall to the floor in this woman's blood, whoever this woman was. And you watch Hana change, except she changes fast. It's not like with Lorelei, and it's not like with Timber, where it is small moments of shifting and changing in anger. She bursts forth full Krynos immediately. And there's no one to kill in here right now because everyone is dead. So she turns around and targets you. However,
Still under camouflage?
she can't see you, but she can if she makes me a wits and awareness roll. 6 successes.
Six.
So yes, she absolutely can see past your camouflage. And who is she going to attack? Let's find out together, as Ramos says. She's going to attack Lorelei for some reason.
Wow, I saw that coming.
And you see the girl in the pretty dress, and it's a red dress, and you're seeing red right now. So you go for her. Strength and brawl. Lorelei, Dex Athletics.
Good thing I only have 3 dice. Would that just all be rage dice then?
Mm-hmm. Sweets, Timber, and Elias, I need to know what you're doing, starting with Timber.
Timber, upon seeing, like, oh, someone murdered people in this house before she got here. Ooh, this is bad. And then she's going for the new pack mate, Krynos form. She's gonna throw the new pup.
2 rage checks. Elias, what are you doing?
I passed 1.
Lose 1
Rapid
rage.
to Krynos.
Mm-hmm. 2 rage checks. Elias, Sweets, what are you doing?
Song of Tranquility.
Mm-hmm. Make me that roll, please.
That's 3 successes, Rachel.
Mhm. 3
No, I know.
successes.
I was just like, I just wanted to be like, I rolled 3 dice and they're all fucking successes.
What about you, Lorelei?
3.
3 to 3. So you go for the girl in the pretty dress. You're able to dodge out of the way though, so you don't take any aggravated damage. What would your response to this be, Lorelei?
I'm gonna go. Do I see that the other 2 are going into Krynos?
Yes.
Okay, I don't think we all need to be in fucking Krynos. That's
There's no one to kill here, you guys. I hope you have willpower.
There's me to kill.
2 rage checks.
I'm gonna shift in the Hispo.
7. Mm-hmm. Switch into Hispo. Okay.
Yeah.
Make me a 1 rage check.
Passed.
Passed. So, Timber, did you pass your Krynos checks?
I passed 1.
Perfect. You can shift to Krynos. What about you, Elias? You can shift. Lorelei shifts, and Sweets coming in clutch back here, so we don't have to start killing each other. With Song of Tranquility. Everyone, unfortunately, everyone's shifting to ready to fight, ready to go crazy up in here. Everyone, please lose all of your rage. Whatever form you took, you now revert back to Hamid form, including you, Hana.
I would say, in that moment, considering the fact that she, like, doesn't know what the fuck's going on and shit like that, it's just like gets as she's being forced, shifted back, just slips down onto her like hands and knees, and it's just wide-eyed, staring at the bloody ground.
I think in this moment, like, seeing everyone shift and all of the chaos beginning to occur, Sweets in Hamid form will just put his hands in his pockets and remember a time that doesn't feel very long ago to him. He'll just, you are my sunshine, my only sunshine. You make me happy. Just on and on until everyone's shifted back down.
What a haunting
That
tune
song-
to sing in
I was
this
about to
world
say-
of slaughter.
That song playing over like a panning camera of like everything that's kind of
Yeah, once the new pup is back in Hamid form and there's no threat, Timber's gonna start going through the house.
Well, it's completely dark in here. You can't really see. However, Lorelei has a phone. I assume Elias has a phone. Sweets has a phone, as we know. And Elias has eyes of the owl. So I need No, unfortunately not Timber, but I need Lorelei, Elias with 2 extra dice for this, and Sweets with 1 extra dice for this to make a wits and investigation roll. Timber, you sort of left with the new pup now.
She's just still staring down at the ground, on her hands and knees, shaking.
Are you going to stay down there?
Immediate head darting up to you, and she's skittering herself back up against the wall, slipping a little bit on the blood, and trying to make herself small.
Timber's gonna crouch down. Do you have name? Or humans usually have name before.
Hana Ackerman.
Hana Ackerman.
Elias and Lorelei, sorry, what did you roll? Sweets rolled 7?
4 with the
You said
crit.
it was a wits and awareness?
Wits and investigation. With you get 2 extra dice for this.
That'll be 3.
You don't know what this is, Elias. You can tell just from cursory glance, however, that these people, there's many people here as you wander through with your eyes of the owl. Young people. Of course, this woman who was killed, that Hana slipped in her blood, was a woman in her 60s, but the rest of them were quite young, like Hana. They have very obviously been killed by werewolves. You see bite marks, claw marks, many heads ripped off. Lorelei, you've spent enough time here with Lilette in the city where you look at the walls. You see symbols of the cult of Fenris written on these walls.
I will take pictures with my phone.
Perfect. Sweets. As if smelling Bertrand, which isn't that unusual, smelling Maggie. You smell the very distinct smell of Marcel Nightmist.
I think in this moment, the rest of the pack gets a version of Sweet that they haven't really gotten to see yet. Where he stands up straight and tall despite his age and his dwindling strength. And he will look over to Lorelei. Go through, look through this building, take Heart Eater with you, see if any of them survived.
Yeah, the cult Fenris. This was them.
I know. Go now. I've spoken.
I will fucking go.
Timber.
And she's just gonna keep her eyes on the new pup, but her head kind of tilts to the side. She's listening.
Gather what we need to burn this place.
No cleaning like normal?
No. Not this time.
Hana, everyone you have known most of your life is dead in this building.
Yep, she's no longer looking at Timber at all. She's looking at the body of the sister. Still, her face is streaming with tears right now. It's just silent. You can't take her eyes away. Jaws trembling.
Timber, I have spoken.
Timber will stand up and go start turning on lights so she can see, if it's possible, and find all those chemicals that people usually keep under the sink. And if there's a garage for gas.
Garage, no, but you can definitely find those chemicals. Elias and Lorelei, as you head through this 2-story building, and you find more and more dead people, dead children, you can, from cursory glance of counting the beds, you can attest that at least a couple have either survived by escaping or were forced into the change. At least a couple. However, you get to one room, and you see it is untouched. You're taking a guess that this is Hana's room, and there is a Cult of Fenris symbol here. And with the words scrawled on it, it says, coming for you.
Take a picture of it.
Do you gather any of these things?
Yeah. Yeah, I'll just find a duffel bag and just start stuffing clothes into it.
It's clothes, journals, some books. Not a lot.
He
Yeah.
definitely has a personal journal. Find a stash of weed under her pillow.
Sweets will walk over to Hana and just hold out a hand to her. Come on. Stand up.
Somebody left the light. There's got to be somebody here. She's gonna stand up, but she's not going to grab your hand. She's
Hey.
going to.
Nobody's here.
Aren't you?
You've always had that shirt, haven't you? It's just been something that's been around your whole life.
Storyteller, I assume so.
You had a shirt like this once. It got ruined, but you saw another shirt like it and stole it.
Not this one, but I had a similar one from then. I stole this one to replace it.
Yeah. Yeah. That sounds about right.
I can't be the. Looking back up to the body of the sister, how is she sprung up?
She's just sitting in her chair as if she didn't get a chance to do anything. She's decapitated.
Look at me. She went quick.
What did she do to deserve?
She didn't. She was a victim of mindless hate.
Do you know who did this?
Yes.
Where the fuck are they? I'm gonna make them pay.
You will. And I'll show you the way.
Timber, you sort of are going around in the house, sort of dumping chemicals all over everything to burn, and you pass by Elias and Lorelei, sort of gathering up things in one room. And you see the words written on the wall. Coming for you.
See the symbol?
You don't know it.
What is this?
This would be the occult defenders. Just as I'm milling about the room.
This is not how Gaia does this. This is...
Elias, you would be aware, the very first time you met Sweets, he informed you that someone named Marcel Nightmist forced his 15-year-old daughter into the change.
This is not the work of Gaia. This is the work of madmen.
The Wyrm.
Wyrm tainted.
Or so. I've hunted them before. They are vicious. They are wolf.
Broken wolf. Wolves not do this.
Well, they'll be meeting Gorgon soon enough.
They don't get a good end.
As you say that, Timber, then you start, over what Lorelei has gathered into the duffel bag, you start throwing chemicals onto it. It's got to burn too. You keep making your way back down. All of you can make your way back down to Sweets waiting with Hana.
We need to go. And we need to have a talk in the car on the way back.
I need my things. I need to check on my I need to
We'll get
I
you-
need to see. I need to see.
Pup
Get
does not.
in the car.
Pup
No,
does not need to see
You don't-
car.
no,
Oh,
no.
You don't.
I have made my decision. She wants to see. Get the car ready. Get
They
everything
left
ready.
a message for her, Sweets. We need to leave now.
Get a car ready. And I'll walk
Hearing
with
that, she runs to my. She starts swiftly moving to where her room would be.
So you quickly run to where your room is. Hana, you fall. You don't trip. You don't fall forward onto your face. You fall through the floor. If any of you were chasing after her, you would watch Hana step across the gauntlet. None of you opened a shadow passage for her, but she falls into the Umbra, to where you cannot follow her. Now, Hana, when you arrive, you fall somewhere cold and dark. It's an alleyway, you think. It's an alleyway like you've been to 1,000,000 times in your life. It's the alley from your dream. And you watch the rats pour down from the fire escape from several stories up. It's just like you're dreaming again, but you're wide awake.
I'm asleep. I gotta be asleep. I gotta be asleep. Everybody's alive.
The rats
Everybody's alive.
start piling up around you, not covering you. But they're not forming like in your dreams where you're suffocated by their little furry bodies. Instead, they coalesce together into one massive rat. It's completely white with red eyes, and it looks at you.
Where am I? Who are you?
You can call me Rat.
Yeah?
Hello, Hana.
You know my name, okay. This has got to be a dream. Everybody's still alive, right? I can wake up. I can just wake up.
There's no time for that now, Hana. The time for tears is over. The time to fight is now. Do you want to fight?
I want to hurt whoever did this.
Good. Will you fight for me? Fight for Rat.
Yeah.
When you helped that woman on the street, it's when I knew I had made a good choice. Always help people in need. Always look for those who are overlooked. Do you swear?
I swear.
Tell Crimson Howler. Hello. I miss him. And then all of you watch Hana appear again in her room.
Get the car ready. Give her space. Give her time.
Kind of sinks onto her bed, which is probably soaked in chemicals, huh?
It is.
She tries, as she looks around for that message that she heard was left for her.
Mm-hmm. It's a symbol that you don't recognize, and it just says coming for you. It's written above your bed.
She's not going to avert her gaze, but she is going to say, what does that mean? What does that symbol mean?
Or Timber's not needed here. Timber's gonna go downstairs.
Get the car ready, the three of you, please.
The car isn't here. You guys went on foot with camouflage.
Yeah. Just snag whichever one you like. We'll give it to Marcus and apologize.
Who's Crimson Howler?
He'll turn to look at the other three. Now I'm telling you to go get a car.
He's just looking.
I'll be the first one out.
We talk later.
Yes.
Good. Elias, can you drive car? Timber is still... You don't have a license, you can't take the car.
Yeah. His eyes don't leave Sweets until he's out of the room.
He'll turn back to Hana. There was a time a long time ago where people called me Crimson Howler. That's not who I am anymore.
There's a name, said to me, I don't know what the fuck happened. But Rat says hello.
Pretty quick turnaround on a first change and rite of passage, but you know.
What does any of that even fucking mean?
We'll talk about it in the car on the way home, I promise.
You watch out of Sweet's jacket a hedgehog appear. It's ethereal. It's spiritual. It's not really there, you don't think? And he looks at you and he says, "Hey, kid."
Am I not dreaming right now? This.
No, none of this has been a dream. All of this is real.
What's that? And she's just pointing to the hedgehog.
I'm a
His name
hedgehog.
is- He can speak for himself.
And I speak for your master, or my master. I'm a friend of Rat. I know things are really scary right now for you, kid, but you really should leave. I'm pretty sure that your new friend here won't do very well if he loses another bone gnawer so soon. And we can't afford to lose you both. Not yet, anyway.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's go. And she's just gonna. She's gonna walk up and just pat the hedgehog or attempt to.
Your hand goes through him.
Okay.
Sweets will just put his hand on Hana's shoulder. When you're ready, when you settle in where we're going, when you feel comfortable, come to me. And I want to talk about the person you got that shirt from.
He's just gonna silently nod.
All right, come on, let's go. Yeah, also that pin, not gonna do very well. When you start to change forms, it'll burn you. Silver, werewolves, doesn't mix.
Oh my fucking god! Werewolves are real.
Werewolves, I mean, those two friends that you were out with tried to kill you because they're vampires. I mean, the world really just opened up for you, kid. And, well, somebody that used to follow Ret that I used to know really well, she said, she was talking to me about her first change, and she said, the world opens up for you, only to realize that you're on the bottom of the fucking totem pole.
Sounds about fucking right.
What?
That's
It's a strong place to be when Rat's in your corner. And they'll just kind of put an arm around her and start walking down the stairs.
I mean, she's fucking tensing at the contact, but yeah, sure.
So as you
we're
leave,
walking.
and Timber's waiting outside with the Zippo lighter, or with a Zippo lighter, sure that you've gotten from your place, flicking it. As soon as they leave, light it, toss it inside. You know, this place is going to start burning. Of course, we're in Germany, so everything is brick and stone buildings. So at least the inside is going to start burning. But the building's not going to burn down or anything of that nature. Elias and Lorelei have arrived back with the car, with Marcus's car. And you may all make your way back to the Sept if there's a conversation that everyone would like to be present for. You may do that now.
Is her... Yes, I'm not muted. Is her jaw still bruised, or did she regenerate?
She did not have a chance to regenerate, no, but she will when
Yes,
she regains rage.
3 points.
Okay. I'll turn to her and be like, I'm gonna, help with that.
Or I
Lorelei. And I'll cover her face again. And use Mother's Touch.
Yep, you may make that roll.
Sweets is going to kind of lean out the window and check what phase of the moon it is tonight. Because he didn't check
Oh boy,
before.
is it another crescent moon.
Oh, shit.
It could be worse. It could be a new moon.
I was just hoping for a gibbous one time.
2 successes. You may remove 2 more points of superficial damage.
The moon giveth and the moon taketh.
The moon giveth and the moon taketh away, indeed. Sweets will just kind of look over everyone in the car. I did you all a disservice tonight. now that we're all together, things can't function the way we have been, where I say and you do. It's not fair to any of you. We have to start doing things and making decisions together. Because the fact of the matter is, Gaia and Luna guide us together in different ways. We see paths that only we can see. And we have to, even if we don't agree with each other all the time, we have to flow like water. We have to move together, no matter what we do. This is a pack. We can't move like 5 parts anymore. Or I promise you, what we just saw back there in that Jugendheim is gonna look like a fucking day at Disney World. If the cult of Fenris is really back in the number that it appears that they are, led by someone I know. Elias, I told you when I gave you that paper when we found Lorelei that you found your war. Marcel fucking Nightmist is mine, and I will not stop until I find him and I kill him. Not just for my son, but for everyone that Hana lost tonight. For everyone that he's going to keep taking from people. And I couldn't help but hear that little conversation upstairs that the 3 of you were having about what they did being Wyrm tainted and Wyrm filth. Guess what? It's fucking not. Howglosk has nothing to do with the fucking Wyrm. Howglosk lives inside of all of us. It's the hate that rage can breed, and it's inside every single fucking one of us.
Anna has at this point pulled out a journal and is taking in it like from her pack and is like writing down keywords she's hearing.
You're taking notes, and as the car is driving, you pass by Esoteric. If you'd like to tell Sweets that is where you got the pin from.
This shop is the alley near here is where. And
Immediately pull over.
Elias is driving.
Yeah, like pull over.
Why?
Would you pull over for Cascada?
Give me a reason, Sweets.
Because we can get her back. You didn't know. You don't know her. She's a leader, unparalleled, and she just lost it for a while. We can get her back.
The cult of Fenris is out and about tonight. We ran into leeches. We have a new pup with us. Is this the wisest course of actions? Sense the Sweets water. Think.
You're right. You're the Wyrm foe. What would you do?
Are Sweets words sweets or crims?
aren't they the same person? Just
Timber immediately turns to Hana.
I have to look. But if that's not what you want to do, I will respect one of higher station. This is the way.
The way is bullshit sometimes, and he will pull over.
Hana, you're going to need to indicate to him where she was. And as I said, she was sitting on a blanket outside of an alley outside of Esoteric.
Yeah, Hana will point it out.
Lorelei, you know this particular cult shop. You've been here before. Quite a few times. You've bought things here before. You have gotten some latent lower umbral senses here. Not the Umbra that you're familiar with, but the lower umbral stuff that Lilette told you to just forget about, that it's Land of the Dead stuff. And that there are some people, latent magic users, that exist that might have something to do with it. She didn't mention leeches. But you know this place. And at the moment it is closed. Here in the alley, however, the only thing that you can see here is the blanket that she was sitting on is still here. It's a tattered blanket. And you can smell her all over its seats.
He'll pick it up. Throw it over his shoulder. Reach down for something moderately sharp. And just carve into the brick. Crimson Howler's mark.
Mm-hmm.
And then underneath it, just please wait for me here. Now get back in the car. She's gone. Time to go.
Elias will drive.
You drive back to the Sept. They drive you out of Berlin, Hana. You're not staying in the city, the only city you've ever known. They're driving you out of Berlin. They're driving you to Potsdam. They're driving you south to the river. They pull you into a place that's very green. It's like you think as soon as you see it, you think it's a VKK or a Freikörperkollektion, a free body place, a nudist colony. That's what you think of as soon as you see it. Must be.
Are you hungry, Hana?
I don't think I can eat, but I could use a smoke.
Timber can't help with that. Timber will get you banana and hem.
Okay.
Hana banana.
We talk later, Prim.
Hearing the Hana
And
banana
she
is when
storms
he
off.
just pulls out the joint and was like,
Marcus comes around the corner with buckets and things. He's cleaned your cabin, and he says, "Oh, please don't do that here. Hi, you must be the new one. Cascada doesn't like that."
I can't.
Cascada's gonna get over it this time.
Okay, just don't do it in the cairn. It pollutes the air, Dad.
I know. And he'll just put his forehead against Marcus's and kind of pat Hana on the shoulder. Yeah, would you two like to help Timber make your new sister comfortable?
Yeah. Come in.
Elias, if you want to come with me to speak to Cascada, now would be the time.
I will say that she does take a couple of puffs, but hearing that that the person who is quote unquote in charge, she thinks, doesn't like that here, she'll lick her fingers and then put the joint out and put it back in her pocket.
You follow Lorelei, and Timber is already in the mess hall waiting for you, like, come on. And she has a plate for you, and she wants to show you how to use the plate, and you can act that out, Timber, of course.
So
and Lorelei, you remember this.
Here is the order of operations in order to maintain that. Timber doesn't know how to say that next word. Cascada much better. So, plate, silverware. You use silverware to cut up food so that you don't choke.
He's kind of looking the Lorelei.
Here is a cup. You cannot drink directly out of the pitcher. It's gross, Timber. You can't do that. So, then once you have plate and food and cup, you go sit at one of the tables. You sit with Timber. We're packed now.
Okay.
Yes. So,
Thank you.
here is your beer, banana juice, and she slides the note over because this is the ritual now, and the food.
And it's literally just a slice of ham, a banana, some silverware, and the banana juice and beer. And for some reason, money. No explanation. That's
And
just
then
what happens.
Timber's just standing there, sitting there watching you, waiting for you to eat.
Okay, yeah. Hana will just look from Timber to the plate to Lorelei and kind of just cock an eyebrow, like.
Just let it happen.
The
She just-
silverware is difficult. If you need Timber's help, Timber will help cut the ham. That way you know how.
I appreciate it. I think I got it.
Elias and Sweets head into Cascada's. Cascada's lighting anew the candle for Gentle Mary as she turns. She does not lock her door. I heard the car. Successful trip to Berlin.
I think before Sweet says anything, he'll just walk up and he'll put his fingers at the base of that candle for Gentle Mary and close his eyes and pay her respect.
I always forget that you know her almost as well as I did.
She was a dear friend.
Can we say that about any Ragabash, I suppose?
I've grown quite fond of Timber.
It's just a joke.
I know. We found... I don't even know how to explain it. I mean, we've all heard the stories about the pups that are touched by greatness. She changed and went through a rite of passage one after another. In the middle of the city. It was exceptional, Cascada. It was exceptional. I've never seen anything like it.
The cult of Fenris was chasing our mark.
Yes. The veil in Berlin is going to be thin for a while.
Often is, I've heard. Elias, do you say it in that tone because you believe she's a danger to the Sept?
She was also accompanied by leeches who tried to feed from her. Finding her was littered with danger that hasn't been felt in a long time.
The Wyrm wants her then.
She's a bone gnawer. They move in circles like that even before they know what they are.
She's a bone gnawer.
And a Theurge. Yes. We can't afford to turn this one away.
An urban Garu Theurge. God, sorry. Cult of Fenris, yes.
Night Mist was there, Cascada. I smelled him.
I thought he died.
I think we hoped.
Elias, Night Mist is extremely dangerous.
He has her scent. He was in her room. He will track her here. The cult of Fenris will be at our doorstep.
No, they won't. I will go speak with Runs Without a Pack. We need to perform the rite of the Shrouded Glen. Sweets we must, and don't make me make it a decree.
I have a voice here, but it's not that loud. Do what you want.
Timber's not going to like not being able to go to work.
I don't know.
We'll start with a 6-month lockdown, and then go from there.
Cascada, we need to get back into Grunewald.
Since the Sweetwater, this cairn has to be my priority. The spirit that guards it is my priority. We will get back into Grunewald with another Theurge, especially an urban Theurge, especially one from Berlin. It can't be for nothing. But we need to perform the rite of the Shrouded Glen.
I know. I'm not arguing with you. Just trying to give counsel here. I'm pretty sure she's Leah's kid.
I don't know. Who is Leah?
She was a She's a friend from Berlin, a Bonar.
My first and only time in Quinevald was that day.
She died.
I assume so.
Look, if she's got blood ties to that place, she's a Theurge. This is it. This is it.
It can't.
Cascada, and I'm not asking you to spare anybody or anything. I'm just telling you, I'm going home.
It's in due time. She's just changed tonight. And she
I know,
looks to you, Elias. Please, Elias.
I'm not rushing this. I'm not. I'm just telling you what the plan is.
I've known your plans, sweets. We've all known that you want to go home. We know. And we want you to.
No, you don't. No. I left Boar there to fucking rot, Blood Moon.
You mind
don't know.
your tongue, sweets. Your tone.
I hear you. I'll go. Sorry.
Sweets. What happened to Quinevald, no matter what you believe, wasn't your fault. But with this knowledge that you brought back from Berlin, if we do nothing, the fall of the Massacre will be on our heads.
I promised you I wouldn't let that happen.
And I hold you to that promise. And you are correct. Hana, if what you say is true, relation to Quinevald, Timber, being the daughter of Crookpaw, fought there at Quinevald, and of course Lorelei and Lilette's connection to Quinevald. All of it must mean something. For God's sake, Elias was looking for Quinevald after it fell.
I can't leave him there alone much longer.
I know.
It's been 9 years. He trusted me enough to let my children see him. He trusted me, and I ran.
Sweets. We can rebirth the cairn. I promise you, we have not abandoned it.
I need to sit with Luna. Sorry, I didn't. And he'll just shove his way out the door.
Elias, are you alright?
There is war at our doorstep. I promised him when I came here that I would help him. And now I am torn in two because he's right. All of these things that lead up to this, there's all the pieces of the puzzle are coming together. But you're right, we need the rite of the Shrouded Clan.
She puts her arms around you. We're going to figure this out. And we're going to do it together.
Leeches and Pentex and the Cult of Fenris. All at once.
It's the power of the spirit. Wyrm can't help but be drawn to it.
All was supposed to be gone.
I think you'll find that fanaticism never truly dies.
I searched for them for years.
They're good at hiding. There's lots of places to hide here in Germany. Not to mention the fact that they could cross borders whenever they want.
I need to speak with Stadish.
Of course. And she leaves the cabin. Lorelei, is there anything that you say to Hana in the mess hall?
She's staring, just kind of looking at her.
Hana is just like, kind of like, I don't know how to explain it other than like the 10,000 yard stare at her fucking food. Yeah.
You know, I'm not gonna sit here and pretend like that wasn't super traumatic or horrifying. But like, that could have gone a lot worse.
It's like that moment where it's like she's cutting something and then just stops. Lost everybody I ever loved, and the only woman who gave a damn about me, even though I didn't fucking deserve it. And now she's dead, and I think it's because of me. How could it have been worse?
I killed my family, but it's not because of you.
Kind of like, there's a pause in her emotion then as you say that you killed your fucking family, and she's just gonna furrow her brow, and she's, does it get better? Does it ever?
Oh yeah, it gets better. Find purpose, and you keep moving forward. And you have the pleasure of avenging everybody and righting all those wrongs. And I hope I have the privilege to help you, if you'll give me that.
Thank you. So, can I turn into a wolf now or something? Like, what is werewolf?
What is werewolf? Well,
So as you ask Lorelei, what is werewolf? Lorelei, take it upon yourself to take her out behind the mess hall and show her the different forms,
Yep.
how to shift, how to move.
absolutely.
Teach her, give her the quick rundown. Elias, you head over to, you don't use this cabin anymore. It's currently vacant. You stay in Cascada's cabin, but you can summon Statisch. And I won't require a roll from you. It appears the lights in the cabin dim and flicker, and it hums low in your ear. And it says, "Speak, friend."
Hello, old friend. Soon we will be at war. And I need to prioritize my targets.
Low hum comes out of Statisch and the lights blink very, very fast. He's laughing. Always at war, friend.
I need to see the pattern. I need to see what is connected and what isn't. I need to know what thread to chase. I need your wisdom.
The lights glow suddenly very bright, and then all the bulbs go out. He breathes slowly in your ear. You can call it breathing. And he says, "Gaia's enemies are endless, far-reaching. Fight what you can see, old friend."
Thank you.
You can pick glass out of your hair from the bulbs.
Yeah. I'll wait till I feel him leave me.
he does.
This is where the conspiracy board begins. This cabin is going to get some use. This is where I will spiral.
Perfect. So
It's-
while you spiral, go ahead, Rachel. What are you gonna say?
Oh, I was just gonna say it's the fucking always sunny fucking.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
It's the Pepe Sylvia meme.
Yep.
Sweets, you head to Temple Nasi to speak with Luna. Or to at least just look at Luna. Luna doesn't talk to you here. Not at any point you've gone here. The crescent moon is in the sky on the face of the water, and you know that Timber was following you. You are well versed enough. Did you bring Maggie's blanket with you?
Yeah.
You see him sitting there with that piece of blanket that he picked up off the street. And you have beer and banana juice.
Timber is going to go directly up to Sweets and sit beside him, so they're shoulder to shoulder. And she's going to put the banana juice and beer between them.
Do you need something?
Timber knows that Sweets is not Galliard, but you will tell Timber a story. Because Timber made a promise. And what happened, and the amount of times that the name has come up. Timber will not break promise.
And she looks up at the moon, and her mouth opens. And it's the voice that she heard during her rite of passage.
You don't know this voice that she's doing, but it's a voice that asks her if she will swear fealty to the Sept. Swear her life to it.
To the Sept?
Mm-hmm.
Who have you been speaking to, Timber? I don't know that voice.
My friend. I will keep her safe.
And she's still staring at the moon.
Fair enough. What do you want to know?
I want to know the story of Crimson.
Do you want to just do the short story, or do you want to hear it all?
Timber does not want to go back to Empty Den. We sit, we drink, you talk. Timber will listen.
He'll shake his pocket full of pills. Can't drink once I've had these, but I'm good.
Timber will drink for both of us.
Sounds fair. You can't know what it was like to grow up in a cage. But I did. And I didn't think it was that bad. You know, you think of it like it's some sort of comfort. You know, you don't have to run for your food. You know, you don't have to compete with other packs for resources. You know, you think it's good until one of the humans starts talking to you and you can understand them. I met Blood Fury, and he took all of us that we were supposed to get released into the wild from the zoo, and he took us into a room, and he changed, and then I changed, And my sister changed. And he killed the rest of us. It was just the way. It's just the way the Get of Fenris was. We accepted it. That only strong wolves could follow wolf. And the others would just wear us down. He was the Wyrm foe at the Sept of the Greenfield, and we followed him. We all followed him. Other than the Bone Gnawers, there were more of us than there were of any other tribe. And then Maggie came. And, you just know when you're supposed to be with someone. And, we got pregnant with Tiara in New York. And, I think the greatest shame that can be passed from my generation to yours is that our failures broke the moon bridges. God, Timber, there was a time when you could be in San Francisco and they could open up a moon bridge to Shanghai and you could just cross it, run on moonlight through the Umbra and be across the world. You could go anywhere. Anytime a Sept was in danger, hundreds, thousands of us would pour across the moon bridges to help them. We fought for each other. We bled for each other. In those moments, it didn't matter that we were strong and we were the sons and daughters of the great Fenris Wolf and they were the Stargazers. God, you don't even know about the fucking Stargazers. Because they left. They stopped fucking fighting. They went east. They joined some fucking stupid human fucking word. I don't even know what the fuck it is. They left us. And they were the first. They got out and they were just gone. Right? And then we lost battles. We lost cairns and the moon bridges fell. And then we were isolated. But we still found a way to fight. Maggie and I, we had children. And we still found a way to fight because she made us want that. She made us want to stand up for each other. And Grunewald was good. I mean, I settled in. We all settled in. The kids, fuck. We had friends. We built something. We built something real. Boar kept us strong and wise and that's the thing with Hoglosk, Timber, is you don't realize it's happening. You don't realize it's just fucking eating you up. It's a hungry fucking animal. And then one day I woke up and I'd had a vision while I slept. And I saw the spirit that I was supposed to trust crushing Falcon, my mate's totem in its jaws, murdering the incarna of my best friend, Boar. Wearing all of the other totems down. I loved who I was. But my brothers and my sisters took him from me. Do you know what that's like? To have yourself torn away from you by the people that are supposed to love you? You don't, but you would. that's talk for another day. And I had to leave him. I had to leave Crimson Howler at Grunewald if I wanted a chance to stop this. So I did. And he's not dead. Crimson Howler's always gonna be there. Fuck, I'm so afraid of him, I don't want to do it. I haven't done a rite of passage. I haven't crossed the Umbra since I left Grunewald because I'm afraid. And now I keep finding... I took up kin seeking because my own kids really don't want anything to fucking do with me. I mean, Talia does, but she doesn't understand what it is to leave yourself behind like that. Tierra's right. I'm not their father anymore. I'm not Crimson Howler anymore. But I'm not willing to give up either. I made a promise to Blood Moon, and I made a promise to Boar. So I have to keep going.
Timber, is there anything you'd like to say or do to that impassioned speech by Sweets?
She's just been staring and listening. And drinking, because she said she would drink for the both of them.
Mm-hmm.
And she kind of leans her head on Sweet's shoulder and like pushes. Sweets has to stop running from Crimson Howler. Running from what was bad is running from what was good. And Sweets is eating himself. And yelling at Plank. Or things that Sweets doesn't like. Timber likes Sweets. Timber would have liked Crimson Howler. But we stopped running and stopped trying to fix and accept what is and change what we can't. The way it works right now doesn't work. We are warriors of Gaia. We swore to protect.
Yeah.
Your bones are too old to do what you are trying to do. So stop.
And, so sorry to cut it off. And with that heartwarming piece of advice from the young to the old, we are going to end Prologue 5, Strange and Terrible Events. Or terrible and unusual events for this evening. Thank you so much, everybody.